Whew.
And we are live. We are live now on hell yeah. We are live on TikTok, baby boy. Your not everything should be up. Everything should be active. We know how that music sounds. It should be fine. But I can
Which
adjust it
seems
if need
fine.
be. Doesn't seem too loud.
On the TikTok side, sounds maybe a little loud.
Maybe a little loud.
Actually, not too bad.
So it's like 35 or 40, you think?
35. Just keep it safe.
Okay. But it does sound fine now at 35. I can always turn it down if we need to. But
Yeah, the voices sound fine. So, right?
oh yeah, I think we're good. I can even turn up the voices a little bit on TikTok for us. You think that'll help? Just a tad, not a lot. 'Cause my voice is a little bit louder probably. So I'm like,
My voice sounds loud as anything in the TikTok one, at least.
okay, keep talking, see how you sound. I just did a couple notches.
Yeah. So, guys, welcome to Halo Lorezday. Uh, one of my favorite times of the week. I am so glad to be joining here.
Sweet.
We have a lot of discussions going on today. Um,
But I've Halo discussions.
I cannot wait to go deep down into the lore. Uh, I think
Wish I did like
Crispy's
this.
questions are way better than mine, but that's okay. It's gonna be fun anyways.
It's gonna be good. We've got some Halo news to talk about first thing. So I'm gonna go credit to Halo News on Instagram. That's where I get my Halo news from. Oddly enough. So we've got okay. I got everything I need to talk about. Jeremiah Bundersnatch, welcome through.
Welcome, welcome.
So we have seen the prices for Campaign Evolve. Campaign Evolve would be $49.99 um, to get your hands on. So I'm putting that out there into the universe. Let y'all marinate on that. What are your thoughts on forty nine
Well,
ninety nine for Campaign Evolved? What
one
is?
question. You said you're gonna get the early access. How much extra is that price
I'm not
wise?
sure. I'm not sure actually. It
Like an
hasn't come
extra
out yet.
10, 20? Okay, not sure yet.
Not sure yet. What's your opinion on playable elites? Those superior stats and gameplay they have over Spartans and Reach should play. Should playable elites be back? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. They should be back. That's easy.
Oh yeah,
That is,
absolutely.
that is easy. They should be back. Um,
There's no. I mean, should you be able to play as a grunt or like a jackal or like a drone or something like that? That'd be interesting.
Sub mom. If I didn't have Game Pass, I would buy it for $49.99, but if it's more than the box, I wouldn't get day one. So you think Regenzo? You think $49.99? So like 52 after tax. That's reasonable though. You think it's reasonable? Honestly, I didn't really play with the elites, so I don't know how they played. Um, I don't know. Like
So,
they don't feel like too overbalanced when I play against them. At least.
well, the only thing with that I've seen with playing as elite or playing against an elite is the headshot, um, like marker, pretty much. down a little bit, like with the elites. But
Right.
other than that, like the movement is the exact same.
Yeah, I agree with that, Jinzo. Jinzo says, I mean, it's just a campaign. Like, I get it's Halo and it's a remake, but no multiplayer to me means they cannot charge full game price. And to their point, yeah, they're not, which I think is a good sign that they at least have a good head on their shoulders. You know, and they're like, hey, yeah, we can't charge, for base game. I think personally, like $50 is fairly good. Like that's something I would
50
pay.
bucks is fine.
So, so
Because
for comparison, I brought for comparison's sake, um, I took screenshots the other day. So, the Resident Evil 2 remake that released in 2019, $59.99 at launch. The Dead Space in 2023, $69.99 for comparison. So, very in terms of the I brought in to bring those like out as a reference. I think Halo's doing it right. I think it's very, very decently priced.
eh,
I
question, with both of those games, it's an actual remake where they, put it in a
Yeah,
brand new engine and redid the game and started from scratch, right? Like,
yes.
but also, yeah, there you go. Yeah, because that was one thing where I was just like, $50 was like, I'm cool with that. Just because I know it's a brand new engine and they have to like redo everything plus the
Oh
extra
yeah.
3 levels. I think that's more than reasonable, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
And I
I
know
think
some
it
people
is
will
too.
think otherwise, but that's
I
just
think
me.
it's very reasonable. Because I looked at two remakes that are I feel like somewhat relatable. Both of those, at least to my knowledge, I don't think Resident Evil had multiplayer, right? And I know Dead Space doesn't. It's just a single
Um,
player campaign mode for both of those.
think so. Yeah, I know
And
Resident Evil 5 had like co-op game, but that was
what's
it.
your people judge the campaign evolved too much based on unfinished preview trailer? Yeah, no, I agree. That was very early on. That was I looked at it like we got that 6 months ago. You don't think they're still like they're actively working on this game as we speak still. So they're doing the finishing touches, like whatever they need to do. Brother Onyxley is here.
What's up, Onyx?
Brother Onyxley, do you want to chime in on the current topic? You want us to tell you what it is and give you the floor for your opinion, Saya? Oh,
Is he here?
I'm trying to give him the floor in the most gracious way possible, and the dude's I can't hear him at least if he's here.
What's up, y'all?
There he is,
There we
dude.
go.
What is up, baby?
What's up? Is I'm freaking sick right now, but it's alright. Let's get
Damn.
this show on the road.
No.
He's here, dude. Everybody, T's and P's and tissues, please, for honestly. That rhyme kinda.
Play the world's smallest violin for me.
You got to. What's your opinion on the
What's that?
customizable HUD layouts and campaign evolved and possibly future Halos? I think it's cool. I think
Is
it's
that
cool.
today's topic?
Well, no, that's someone just in the comments, Quincy, who said that. So I just wanted to comment on it quick. I think it's cool. Like really quick take. I think it's cool. I think if you, I'm gonna put the radar in
Uh,
the top left just so I can see it easier. But I think it's cool. But we're talking about we just covered the price point for campaign evolved at forty
yeah,
nine
what's
ninety
your
nine.
opinion on that?
$49.99.
Yeah,
I think that's in this economy. I think that's reasonable, especially um with what I think the game will offer. It's only
yeah,
a campaign focused game.
yeah.
Um, so I think that keeping it at 49.99 decent. Um, I'm just curious to see what it will offer. You know,
Yeah.
if they will have, you know, obviously, of course, they have the stories, they have the campaign missions that they're adding. They're adding, multiple skulls and stuff like that. But it makes me wonder if they're gonna add like another PvE variant similar to like Firefight or like a Horde mode. You know,
Oh, I hope so.
That would be really cool. And I think that would be a great opportunity if they did, if like just conspiracy theories and just speculating here. That'd
Mhm.
be cool if they like added like the like a flood
Yeah,
firefight. Sim Similar to
flood
what they
firefight.
did for like
ODST.
similar flood firefight, similar to what they did for Halo 3 ODST. I don't know if you guys see that on MCC, but on
Oh yeah.
MCC I think you can play as an ODST and fight the flood, and I think that's fucking awesome.
It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
Dude, we should
Um,
That
do that.
firefight, and then
do that
also
at
if
some
they
point.
added like a Spartan Ops
Yeah.
kind of thing, that'd be interesting as well because you have the
And who
four-player
knows?
like
Who knows? I
campaign
know
going
there's
on.
that they could because they're to your point of what they're gonna add. We know okay with the partnership with Fanta, we at least know there's gonna be skins that you can get in game. So I doubt they're gonna stop at one skin. But there's not gonna be
But
a
my
shop.
question is,
I just want to reiterate, there's not going to be a shop. But I think like there's gonna be ways to get skins to show off. So I wonder if like obviously 4-player co-op's gonna be a thing, but like to your guys' point of wanting a more PVE type stuff, does that mean like if there's able to have skins, so like it's not multiplayer esque, but like kind of like multiplayer light in a way, having firefight experiences at least you can still show off your individuality, I guess. We'll see what
that would be
happens.
cool.
I would love to see that, to be honest. But, like that was the best part about Reach, honestly. And
Right.
then
Yeah,
what's his name?
especially growing up playing Reach, not having, Xbox Live until like my, like the early, like when I was a kid, like when I got into Halo Reach, I think I was like, what was I? Like fucking, I'm gonna expose my age here, but I was born in '02. Halo Reach came out in
Dude's a baby.
2010, so I
This
was
dude's
about
this
8 years
dude
old. So when I played it, yeah, I was like 8 years old.
this,
Yeah.
this dude's a
And
baby.
then, so like within that intermission, 8 years old, right? Or am I just having sleepy brain right now?
Sleepy brain.
Sleepy brain, probably. But the point is when I played Halo Reach, I didn't have access to Xbox Live. So
Yeah.
I think playing Firefight, especially for the offline game mode, like that was just fun, dude. That was
Yeah,
just a lot
it's
of
like
fun.
as close as you can get to playing online as you could without going online.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. And dude, that's my favorite part about Reach, honestly, because like me and my one brother, because you can still do like the couch co-op with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is why I run my watermelon colors.
Watermelon colors.
Watermelon colors.
Me and my buddy, me and my brother.
Watermelon colors.
Yeah. We would do the opposite of each other in the colors, and we're just the watermelon team for no reason. I don't know where it started from,
Made it.
but
What is
So
up, you
wait,
guys?
from my
Yo,
understanding,
Lero.
the
I'm
engine they're
gonna get it
using
at
is
some
the
point.
Unreal Engine,
What's
but they're
up,
using
Justin? Welcome
assets
to the
from
podcast.
Reach. Is that
And what?
correct?
No, they're using they're using. I think that in the import, like you can import the physics engine. They're using Reach's like version of that, and I think a base of like the Reach Swift Space engine. I think plugged into Unreal, but like
Interesting.
using yeah. So to Klinsky's point, they are using uh infinite assets too. You're sober right now, dude. That's crazy. Welcome into the podcast.
Sober.
But Klinsky said earlier, what do you think the three new missions they're adding will contain? We know as a basis, everybody doesn't know. The three prequel missions that will be in Campaign Evolved are to be centered around Chief and Johnson's relationship. Um, I have my theories,
The
my
friction between
hopes.
the ODST and Spartans too, I think.
Yeah, yep. I wonder, posture check. Okay, brother. All
what
right,
you can
brother.
actually do this stuff now. I love that. Yep. I'm giving you
Posture
support
Dude,
while I'm
check
on the
this
thing.
man.
dude, I got a first real quick. My beard cut, dude. Sides cut up, dude. How do you feel about it? About to not be this
Oh,
diabolical,
you
but
actually got the haircut.
yeah,
Go,
I did,
go.
baby.
Go.
But
Looks nice.
what do we? Thank you, brother. What do we want to? Who wants to lead with that? What do you think the three missions will be about? What do you think they'll be?
Definitely, I think the
I
intro would
did.
be like Johnson and Chief for sure.
Yeah.
Like I think that'd be the first one. I think the second one. I think here's the thing. This is what I think. First one's gonna be about Johnson and Chief, and they're gonna come across this Spartan or this ODST that has a stick up his ass and is gonna just say "fuck you, Chief," essentially. Second mission is probably gonna be something about they do a mission together. The ODST still has a stick up his ass and saying "fuck you" throughout the mission, and then shit goes south, and then something happens to where Chief has to rescue that rescue that ODST. The last one would be okay. The ODST earns a ODST has respect for the Spartan now because he saved him or
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
That's that's like one of the ideas, but I'm just gonna go with that one for now.
But Mike, do you want to go?
So they're all prequel missions, right? There's no
Yeah.
post mission.
No, they're all
Yeah.
prequel missions.
Because it would be interesting if they had two prequel missions and then one post mission where Johnson, that story where he, where we find him in Halo 2 at the very beginning. The guy checking your.
I wonder if
The,
they would do that. To your point, I know you're talking about in First Strike, where how you talking about how Johnson escapes the ring. Basically, is that like what you
yeah,
want to?
right. Like actually, like
I
play
think
the
I
mission.
think
That could
that
kind of be
I
interesting.
think that would be more
Because
fitting on like a Halo 2 remake. To be honest with you, as a prequel mission for that, you
oh,
feel me?
okay.
As like
Yeah, no, I
because
yeah.
you don't want I think the player I think it would be cool. I think the idea like your idea is cool. I think if you put it on the end of campaign evolved, that's gonna be edging in like the most Halo way possible, dude. You know what I'm saying? I think you just let
Mhm.
campaign evolve end where CE ends, and then I think you could definitely like if they're setting the precedence of like having these remakes that they do for these games, having prequel missions, you can do you can do um
Like closing the gaps in between the games. Like
yes,
that's the most
yes.
interesting part.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
something
I
you could
actually
do.
I really agree with the idea that it should be like a Halo 2 remake post or pregame kind of
Maybe if they remake Halo 3, you get to where like um how Chief was this well, I guess it's between 2 and 3, but you get where Chief was like fighting on the Dreadnought and then like that how he fell from the
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying like that lead up. Like that's just one prequel mission, but you don't necessarily need 3 every time, but um
For a second, when you said Dreadnought, I was thinking of the Taken King Dreadnought from Destiny. I was like, what a wrong franchise. I was like, wait a minute.
but
Like, wait
you
a
know what I'm
minute.
talking about, the Foreigner Dreadnought. That's the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that powered the city of
Yeah, we're
but I
Chief, what are you
guess like
doing on there?
what
Eating
do you
some cheeseburgers. Yeah.
yeah, that's what he says.
Dude, honestly, a
Um
chicken
Starting
does
from
sound
there.
good
a cheeseburger does sound really good.
right now. I'm not gonna lie, like a.
Back on track to this question.
Sorry.
Yo, Lurio. I keep missing down. I'm thinking, bro, I'm dumb. Chief and Sarge's secret wedding is what he says. That's diabolical. Anyway, what I think, I know there was concept art with the Chief and his Mark IV, so I think it goes like way back. So maybe like they said it's a unique experience. It's not like something they've seen before. I've also seen a rumor that there's gonna be like Reach ish, like not necessarily on Reach, but like so stuff that's gonna like invoke Reach in a way. Like I said, I don't know if that means they're going to Reach. Maybe it's Gamma Station, in one of the
I would love to
missions.
see that.
Right. I don't know if that's gonna be something. It could be. Um, I was thinking maybe like early on the early beef with ODST and Spartans, and then Johnson like working with John from early age, and then like as it gets closer to the time frame of campaign evolved, maybe like the first mission you start at, maybe you play a little bit of snippet of Harvest as Johnson,
You
and
know what?
then it like transitions within the mission, like
Well,
it's a flashback or
so I
something.
never actually finished my full answer, right?
My bad. I'm
So
so sorry.
no, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. Because we kind of went off on track, but that's fine.
We're back on
I
track
do
though.
agree with honestly where the chief and Sergeant Johnson, kind of like making a rapport and just like playing a mission like that. Well, it's three missions, right? So there's gonna be a second mission. I'm not exactly sure, but the third mission's got to lead him up going into the cryo sleep and make that something epic, uh, like getting
That's
there
a good
or
point.
like right, because like you want to lead the story into the next thing and like kind of close the gaps where like if you read the books, right, like which I did not to be honest, will give you a little more context clues of what happened, kind of thing. But yeah, the ODST beef and everything like that. But also, if they were to do all the remakes, this is just me sidetracking. I'm sorry. Um, if they're gonna do, CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, are they gonna do 4 or 5? Or no, four. No, Reach, ODST, like remakes for all those. Like, how would they do the remakes of that? Especially if they're going to add a, you know, pre-mission kind of stuff or post-mission kind of stuff. Because
Right.
that's interesting because they can fill in all the gaps between all the games and kind of really show a full story. Whereas like you have to read some of the books to kind of get the full story, which is like kind of one of the questions on our lists.
I
Yeah,
think
that's a good
to
question.
add to add to so because who mentioned novels? I know somebody mentioned the books.
That was Mike.
This this guy.
I think the thing is, and thank you for bringing that up, Mike, because I think the thing here is that the books should be complementing the games rather than the games complementing the books. And what I mean by that is like, sure, like what was I know that one it was the book was written by I believe Kelly Gay. Kelly Gay was her name. It was the events that happened after Infinite, like what Chief and
Edge
Joyce
of
did.
Dawn.
Was it Edge of Dawn? Yeah,
Yeah,
I noticed that, like a lot of people, like yes, of course it was well received, but a lot of people were also upset
she
at the
like
fact
my
that we were like
diabolical.
essentially that was like a miniature sequel
We're live
to
on TikTok
Infinite,
though.
and people were like, why was it a book rather than a game or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the
I
books
mean,
should be
did
complementing the
did anyone
games.
here actually read the book before? I don't necessarily.
Because I saw the reviews on it. It was a really
Right,
good
but
book, and
did
you
you
know,
read it
I
though? Did
didn't.
you read it?
I
no, I
I
haven't
did
read it.
Okay.
not.
I
I
read the whole
I
thing.
was
I read the whole thing, and my honest take, I get the take that like yes, you don't want your all your lore coming from the books because it alienates those that just play the game. However, comma the events in this specific book we're talking about, Edge of Dawn, in my opinion, the
Uh,
concepts of that book did not warrant being an entire game. Would it be cool to have seen? I feel like it was a DLC worth maybe, but I didn't feel the need like reading it. Like, oh man, I would have liked to see this in a game. You know what I'm saying? That happens a lot.
yeah.
To your point, I'm not disputing your point. I'm just saying in terms of this one that we're talking about specifically, Edge of Dawn. Like
Hmm.
maybe it's DLC size, but I think that's pushing it. It was just like a little like I said, bridge the gap between. It's not like I don't know. But to your point, like yes, there's a
So if
lot
they
of
were
stuff
to
that
do a
happens in the book.
DLC, so 'cause you mentioned DLC, so what would your ideal like mission size be, or like mission count? Would it be like 5 extra missions, 6 extra missions,
Like four
like
or
if they were
five.
at
I think 4 or 5.
four or
It's like
five?
maybe
Yeah, I
like
think
per
five's a
like
good one.
I think 4 or 5. I think like you don't want to give them like you don't want too much. You know what I'm saying? At least I
Hmm.
wouldn't. I'd want it to be like if I were the DLC, I would want it to be like setting up to Halo 7. You know what I mean? That's what I think this book did is
Like a
set up Halo
miniature
7.
roadmap, yeah.
Yeah, I think this book had set up Halo 7 in a very good way. Um, Now they, of course, that means they have to educate. They have to, well, not educate. Well, maybe they do have to educate, but they gotta
you gotta learn the lore, so
execute,
you're not wrong.
execute. They have to execute.
Order 66.
Like that. Okay. Well,
Sorry,
maybe.
sorry.
All right, Haley, welcome through on the Tic Tac. Blake Anthony, dude, is that meatbag? Jaeger and ginger ale. There you go. But What was I gonna say?
Mm.
I think the book at least sets up Halo 7, but to your point, I do think I am meatbag. You sound like a Bond villain when you say that. Sniper's in here now. By the way, welcome
Yes,
into the
I am
podcast.
here. I didn't want to say anything while you guys were talking. Do it.
What's up, Snipe?
Yeah. What
Howdy.
is up, baby? Um,
Eating some dinner and listening to the podcast.
there you
Enjoying
go.
it.
There you go. Did anyone have anything else on that topic?
I think you answered it well.
I think it's a good combo so far. Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad that you
Yar.
brought up that all the audiobooks for all the Halo stuff is on Spotify.
Oh
As
yeah.
soon as I found that out, I realized I have premium and I can listen to all that stuff. And I
Oh yeah.
can't
Me
wait to
too.
indulge. So
Dude,
if
you
you
have
guys want
to.
to
You have to.
pick one of the books and we talk about it next week, I am so down. Just let me know which one.
Thank you, G.
Bro, I can't find shit. Contact Harvest, and I've yet to get it back.
Dude,
Don't make me mad.
You know what? Contact Harvest is a good one. Would we want to read up on that? Is that me bag?
Oh my.
Who's being all
Oh, my
echoey?
background noise.
Sounds like we're in a dryer right now. Are you inside of a dryer, me bag?
I hope not.
Dude,
It
what do I hear in the
certainly feels.
background, dude?
Why are you in a dryer?
What's going on, bro? What are they gonna say? Nico, welcome through. How we doing?
Still hear it?
I don't think I hear it anymore.
Better.
No, I had some music playing, but I cranked it down.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah,
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 bro.
no, I was actually listening to a laundromat ASMR.
You know, and that's fair. And that's fair. Meatbag, I want to ask you the question. How do you feel about the price of campaign evolved? Do you know what the price is, sir?
I do not know what the price is.
$49.99. How do you feel about it?
Let's try not to
$49.99. Yeah, no, that's why I stopped for a second.
cuss. The sigh was enough. I appreciate it.
$49.99 is kind of crazy to me because I'm not gonna say it's it's not a remaster, so it's not like I'm paying for the same game.
Whoa, what? This is not the person I think would have an issue with this, bro. I thought Meatbag. Yeah, it's fine. Meatbag, brother. What?
Wait. Hear me out the rest of it. You know, if it was like a straight up like remaster, like when I'm getting Halo 2 and I paid for Halo 2, and then all of a sudden I get a remaster and it's just better like cinematic cutscenes, yeah, I'd be mad if I paid more for that. I think $49.99 is kind of crazy. I could see like $9.99 or maybe $19.99, $20, whatever.
That's
'Cause there's a little
diabolical.
bit like
That's
I do
diabolical.
think. I mean, if it was a copy and paste of the same game with slightly better cutscenes, no, I want that for free.
Bro, it's a full brother. Okay, we're coming to a come to Jesus talk. I'm gonna teach you what a remake is versus what a remaster is. A remaster,
Sure.
which is what both of Halo C Anniversary and Halo 2 Anniversary are both remasters, which are only graphical in nature. This is an entirely different game. This is a remake. You ever seen the Friday 13th remake? That's a completely different movie. They didn't just copy and paste that shit and make it just high definition. Nope. That was a whole new movie. That's what this is. This is a whole new game. This is a whole new movie. You see what I'm saying? There's the prequel missions. There's the whole engine's built up from it's a different game. I think
I don't
I
need
think say
I don't need prequel missions. I have Halo Reach.
this is rage baiting.
Wait, is that what they said? They were prequel missions?
He said it doesn't need
That's what you said.
prequel missions. I'm trying to say I think it's worth $49.99. I think that's very reasonable. I think that's very reasonable.
In this day and age, like, yeah, that's what a game costs.
That's less than what a game costs.
Okay, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. You've educated me a bit. However, I think $50 is crazy
And that's
because
your
at that
opinion.
point, because I'm paying for a brand new game at that point, $50. I would say maybe 35, $40. I think that's
so not
fair.
too close out of the range, because like that's where I was originally kind of considering things, but then also looked into like uh,
Once you see other remakes,
development of it, like
once you think
having
other,
to, yeah, Crispy, bring back up the stats with like Resident Evil and stuff.
yeah. So
Yeah,
Um,
no, I don't know. Perhaps I'm uneducated. If I'm uneducated,
no,
please,
you
please
know,
inform me.
no,
No,
no, no.
I will admit that, and I will admit that if I'm uneducated about it,
For
please bring me around to that.
for
because
the
I'll be learning
Resident
today as
Evil
well,
2
sir.
remake,
Uh,
the
I'm
Resident Evil 2
drop out for
remake.
now, guys. I might eat my dinner and
All right, brother.
put my kiddo to bed. And
Sounds good, brother,
if
man.
you're still doing the podcast, I'll rejoin. But yeah,
Yep. Bye, sniper.
later.
Resident Evil 2 that came out in 2019, so a while ago, was $59.99 when it came out. And the Dead Space remake in 2023 was $69.99 when it came out. So, in comparison, I think it's very, 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 very reasonable. But that's just me.
Slightly
Eh, Ever,
okay, so slightly unrelated to the lore of the game, whatever.
yeah,
And this is like a game thing, and I don't want to get like off topic too hard, but
I agree though, Jinzo, with what you said. Go ahead, bro.
so do you not remember paying $50 for say Grand Theft Auto 5, right? That was right because I had to buy the disc. I had to spend 3 hours installing it,
Yeah,
and that game was crazy. So you're charging me right now almost $50 for a non for a digital game that takes probably, I don't know, depending on your Wi-Fi, 45 minutes to install. Like it was different when you were charging $50 for a game that I had to like physically go up to GameStop and go get.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I do think $49.99 is kind of crazy. I think, like I said, bring it down to $39.99. I think it's a little bit more respectable.
I would love $39.99, but I do actually kind of like Jinzo's thing, like the economy that we're in. Seeing a game come out at $35 to $40, unless it's an indie title, kind of makes sense, I guess. Like,
And I'm not shitting on the CE remake price wise.
oh yeah,
I think I'm a little bit more upset that people think it's okay to charge over $50 for a video game.
I think.
Mhm.
I mean, like, I think I get where you're trying to come from, but like,
oh yeah. I actually remember being
I think
in Europe.
games being $50 passed us by probably 10 years ago at this point. I think we've been playing
Right.
65 plus for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So like, I get what you're saying, but like, unfortunately, I think that horse is beyond dead. Unfortunately, I would like to see it come
Now,
back down, but I also don't think in this state of
don't
gaming we're in.
I don't call it Combat Evolved. Bring me a brand new I mean spanking out the box, new lore, new missions, new everything. Halo game, a new story, everything. I would probably pay upwards of almost $100 for it because I want to play a brand new fucking Halo. I'm sorry, a brand
Okay,
new
so
freaking Halo.
so if Halo 7 came out, a bunch of new Halo stuff, you pay $100 for it. Halo Studios, are you hearing us? Charge specifically this guy $100 for Halo 7 when it comes out. You can charge the rest of us base price.
Specifically just him, because I don't want to pay
You know
that
what?
much.
I'll
but
say
Okay,
this.
well,
I'm gonna
go ahead.
chime in here and just say I wouldn't mind paying. Listen, I wouldn't mind paying at least $100 or even paying $120 if it was the full game and all the DLC. It's like a deluxe version.
Okay.
You know? Like if it was a full game, finished, prepped, and ready to go, DLCs were prepped and ready to go. You'd get them
That's
on
big, man,
release
that's
date
wild.
because you paid for them. Because you paid for them, before
Mr.
they
Shot, what up?
went out. I just think that,
Well,
honestly,
DLC is redundant at that point if you're saying like DLC is ready to go, right? Because like DLC is them fixing the game or adding to the game. They should just have that in the game, right?
Have
Fair
you
enough.
played Destiny 1? Yeah, there was a lot of
Dude,
deluxe
I grew up in
versions
the
of
time
Destiny.
of
So
That's funny.
I grew up in the time of games where they released and that was it, and there was nothing you could do until you can mod it freaking 20 years later.
To
brother,
charge
that's
me $50 for an almost, and I'm like putting an emphasis on almost because we're not there yet. But to charge me $50 for an almost 30-year-old game is insane. I understand it's
see.
a
Here's the
remake,
thing. I see both sides of
I
the
understand
argument.
all
I see
and I
Crispy's version,
understand all
and
the
I also see Meatbag's version or side too. So it's like
Game.
I'm kind of
I
just torn in the
will
middle right
Then,
now.
then, then don't buy
I
it.
will I
Don't buy it.
will
I'll
refrain
play it for you, and I'll let you know how good it is. Don't
Yeah.
buy it
I
at
will
first, and
refrain from my
I'll play
statement.
it. I'll play it, and I'll tell you if it's worth $50
Oof,
or not.
spicy.
Fuck
Jinzo
that,
has a
dude.
good point where like
I'm
deluxe
buying it.
editions go
I'm
up to
buying it.
150.
I don't give a fuck if they go up to 150. What is the deluxe version? I get a couple fucking skins and an
That's
extra map.
insane. That's like half of a console now at this point.
Shinzo says it's not a 30-year-old game. The new players. That's a valid take too. That's a valid take as well. Because this
And
game
I'm
is
not gonna
supposed to
say
be
fuck.
bringing in more. So to that point, so like okay, I don't know what like yeah, no, I like Jinzo's take there, to be honest.
Okay. Counter argument there. To that argument, I understand that it's supposed to bring in new players, but why are we so conditioned to paying 50, 60, $70
That's
for a
that's that
video
that's
game?
that's not a Halo thing. That's a gaming thing. That's
No,
be
it's a gaming thing. It's a
it's
gaming thing. So but because you're catering to a younger crowd, you're catering to that younger crowd that is used to paying those prices. So then they're oh yeah.
I
They're
wouldn't
not
say
gonna
a
argue.
younger crowd.
You know,
I would just say a newer crowd.
you pay fucking freaking
Younger
$80 for this game that was garbage. So yeah, you're probably gonna pay $50, $60 for a game that everybody loves that you're just now getting into. That's insane.
I mean, hey, everybody's got their opinion. Let's move on. Let's move on
I
from
don't.
this.
Th-
I think
Last statement, and we can move on.
you're good, bro.
I don't think new players should be punished by paying $50 for a game that, unfortunately, people of our age got to enjoy for the last 20 years.
You know, actually, I thought about this point, so I agree with you in a certain sense, right? I feel like if you have bought, MCC, you have all the games, you should be able to get a discount on buying the newest Combat Evolved campaign,
Fair.
right? Like, if you have all the games, or at least just have MCC, like maybe like a
I mean,
20% discount on Xbox would be kind of interesting. At least a very smart marketing idea for them. Because if you've been playing these games for all these years, some kind of like reward for doing that would be
I mean,
Like a reward.
my only counter argument to
somehow
that, like yeah, it would be dope, but like I don't know.
just for
I thi-
us.
I mean, yeah, it would be cool. I
Let's
get
hope
that,
for
but like,
good
do,
things,
do,
bro.
do you want them to? Okay, look at it from. I feel like
Oh, I
if
know
they
where
give
you're
a
going with this.
discount on a
You're right.
game,
You're right. I know.
the discount on a game before it even comes out, like, oh, it's crap. It's crap. They're already giving a discount. They already know it's bad. Do we want to
It's the
give
new
that game any? Do we want to give the game any worse? Uh, like I don't.
It's a new
I get.
Halo. People are gonna hate on it no matter what for the sake
I
of
mean,
it.
yeah.
Doesn't feel like
And
2010
love it.
again.
I just think like okay, yes, a discount would be. It would be, but I think like the way it would be perceived would be more of a hindrance than a. Oh hey, look, it's so cool they did that. You know what I'm saying?
Just
I
a
can see
simple, like,
I
he
think
see the hey comments right now.
5% would be like a reasonable thing. Like if you played all the games, you could show you that you did all the stuff, and you got
I mean,
like a 5%
I don't like I said,
discount.
I don't disagree with
I
you.
think if it was a
I just think they would
discount,
just hate on it.
so if you downloaded it through your MCC and got a discount, I can see where that would be a little bit more fair and understandable.
Yeah, just for the haters
I agree.
of
Jinzo.
the whole situation.
My elbow's cracked. Does that mean I'm?
Good.
Yeah, you're officially unowned.
You're getting frail.
Dude, no, I'm
Oh,
not getting
buddy.
frail, dude.
What'd you do? Did you like extend them all the way outward and then they
It's
popped?
going pretty good. Hey, how you doing? No, I literally just like pressed it with my thumb and it popped.
I think,
I
look,
I gotta
on the
I gotta pop
topic
mine
of
like
just what
every
the game will
2 hours.
offer, putting aside the prices and stuff like that, because I feel like we're gonna be divided on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, I think
It's okay. I still love
I
that
would like
bag,
to
dude.
see a fun edition.
This is what I want to do.
So I think, remember how in Doom, did you guys play Doom Eternal?
Oh yeah.
I have.
Okay, so in Doom Eternal, when you go and find the collectibles and you find like this, like certain secrets in the campaign, they're kind of like cheat codes or achievements and stuff like that, and I like that. I like that aspect, and I would definitely I would like for there to be a skull where you find it and it turns your UI back to the classic modern,
That'd be cool.
yeah. I'm sorry, not your UI, your HUD. Sorry, the HUD.
No, I get you. No, I get you.
You
That'd be cool.
That'd be
That'd be
cool.
cool little nod.
Or
Yeah.
like just finding little items that can slowly. I mean, yeah, sure, changing the HUD isn't gonna be groundbreaking gameplay changing, but
It'd be
I
a
just
cool little
definitely,
nod to it. I think. I think people would appreciate that.
yeah,
To be honest,
yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
I don't know. I think that just they can do a lot with the skulls. They can do a lot with secrets, and I just definitely think that would be something nice to see when I was swiping on TikTok and see somebody, oh, hey, look, I found this, and then it changes a lot of things,
Yeah.
or it changes something important, something like that.
Yeah.
Other
I
than
get
the skulls.
I like that. How do you think? So, to more what they're gonna be in the game. What do you think they would be look like? I think there's would be ways to get skins in this game. Um, how do you think they're gonna be tied to achievements, tied to beating the game on legendary, maybe beating the game on lasso? How you get a special thing for I'm doing a certain thing in the game. You know what I'm saying?
At
Um,
the big risk of sounding like Unk, I do very much miss I think we were talking about it last night, the Halo Reach, grind and get it kind of style.
yeah,
So I mean, like I said, at the risk of sounding Unk, I would love to bring that back, maybe dial it down a little bit, because we were looking at the credit scale from Reach, from the OG Reach, and it was insane.
I mean,
You can
yeah,
play if you were say a shitty player, or I'm sorry, a slightly average
A
or
not
below
so
average
good player.
player. Yes, sir, not so good player. To get Inheritor would take you 3 to 4 years. That's insane. I don't want someone to have to do that on Combat Evolved or all that. So dial it down a little bit. But I would love to come back to the bang me out a couple credits per match, per multiplayer, per this, per that, for that. Give me these bonuses. Make me want to sign in every day and get some credits type thing.
Yeah, yeah. The
is
bonus stuff.
is that how do you want to relate that to campaign evolved, or is that just hey, obviously Halo in general? I feel like that's a good way. In Halo in general, could I think we all appreciate grinding for something more than just paying money for it. You know what I'm saying? I
Well,
think we
yeah,
all
dude.
appreciate that.
Well, yeah, dude. Because I earned Hayabusa and Katana, and to see somebody get it after 30 minutes, kind of slaps me in my face. But yeah,
Right.
for the campaign of Ball, dude, and like I said, the grind for Halo Reach was kind of crazy. I won't fight that. I mean, it was hey, dude, you could tone this down a little.
It was so intense. It was so long, and he had to do so much. I
But
agree.
but as I've gotten older, I feel like it was
Appreciate
that
the advice, guys.
intense and long because they did not anticipate doing very
We're
many more
enjoying this
games.
podcast so far.
So
Yeah,
they
it was-
wanted to keep they wanted to keep you on Reach for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, it was their, what's the word for it? Just their uh, encore, pretty much
I love
at
that.
that point.
Mm-hmm.
which I
Look,
loved.
after Reach, we got ODST, and then after ODST, there was a huge gap between ODST and four. I don't think
Yeah,
I really just don't. I really just don't think they like
ODST
intended
came out
on.
first, then Reach.
Sorry, you corrected me. You're right. You got me on that.
I was like, wait a minute. It's like, brother, no.
I was
I
thinking
thought I
about it in
was
the
going
order.
nuts.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking
Good
about it in the order
later,
that I played
but
it
it'll
off
probably be
podcast.
just the Lorezday podcast, and then go from there. Sorry, I was just responding the chat for you, for us.
I was I was wrong on that timeline. I apologize. I thought about it in the order that I played it. That was not released.
You're good, Pookie.
But
We forgive
but
you.
come ODSC and then Reach, and then from Reach to four, there's a huge gap. And I just don't think that they intended on people to be stuck on Halo Reach for ever. So they wanted to stretch that out as long as they could, which is why I think the rank up option in Halo Reach was so far out between each rank.
Which is actually like a really interesting um, thing because that's when 343 switched off. No, Bungie switched off, and then 343 picked up the flag.
And
Capture
why
the
I don't think
flag.
I don't. Hence why though I don't think they expected anyone to keep on playing because they knew they were a little bit done and probably selling off the rights.
But they had been going from like when did the first Combat Evolved show up? Like 2001?
Yeah,
Yes,
2001.
sir.
Yep.
2001,
And then
What's
Reach
up, bud?
same
was
year,
released at what year? 2000.
2010.
10.
10?
2010.
Yeah, 10 years of all that. So like they had a good grasp of like how the online they built the online community, which is like, like Halo 2 was the Xbox Live you know, mainstay for the longest time. And then they went out with Reach. So they had it set up nicely to where like we're gonna leave now because we have to. We're gonna jump over to a different thing, and then we're gonna hopefully leave the chief and everybody else into a new company. And hey, it's still alive. Uh, I love the Bungie years better, but I still don't hate what they have done afterwards. In like at all. That makes sense.
What was the question Bud is asking? We were talking about the gap between Reach and 4, and like how to get like the max ranking was like the level between the levels of rank up was a lot longer, right?
Like the ranking up in between on Halo Reach was insanely wide, and this is the personal opinion I have, but if anybody I've ever asked, anybody I've ever seen online, admitted that the ranking between like warrant officer and getting out of warrant officer was insane. And we looked at the numbers on that last night, and it was stupid.
Yeah.
Because you go from like 4,000 credits, 5,000 credits, 3,500 credits, and then the entire rank from warrant officer out of that rank is 200,000 credits.
Did they get bigger?
I don't think
just
Noble
stayed
6
the
is
same?
alive. I don't think Noble 6 is alive.
Yeah, because like even just to get like Chief's voice or Sergeant Johnson's voice, like the amount of credits you would need is just like abominable.
Yeah.
But then they maxed out how many credits you could get per day, and it was like
Why
a
do you
limit of
think
like
why do you think he's
I
alive?
don't know, like 8 or 9,000. So let's say you're trying to come out of warrant officer, which is a max of 2,000, or I'm sorry, 200,000 credits at 8-9,000, and that's if you are grinding every single day, open to close type shit. Like yeah, it's going to take you a minute. So the general Halo player who's really only just kind of playing after school just for fun, it's gonna take them freaking a year, 2 years to get out of warrant officer and rank up. Which like that's where that's where I start to say like okay, it got kind of crazy. Like that range is insane. I wouldn't mind seeing that in campaign evolved, but dial it down a little bit. I don't wanna spend a year going from warrant
Yeah,
officer
just for
to
like
a
the
colonel.
OG
Yeah.
fans, I understand what you mean now.
Like times that you should have died, you mean?
Correct.
Yeah. How do we feel about okay for those that play Infinite? Honestly, how do you feel about was Infinite perfectly? Like, I'm currently going through it. Like it's been, I'm finally almost max rank in Infinite. I feel like it's
What are you asking me? What about
how do
it?
you, how do you, how do you feel about like the career rank in Infinite? Like how that grind was. How do you feel about it?
Um,
I don't feel like it's really bad. Like the later
it's
tiers
not
of
bad.
Onyx feels like you can definitely tell like you're getting to the end and it's getting harder to level up. I don't think it's bad. I thought it was like I feel like when I get to max rank, it's gonna be worth it. At least it will be to me. But
I feel like as I got closer, to Hero, I feel like it was just a drag. It felt like it wasn't never gonna end because I was just always hitting. Like once you hit like those last couple ranks, that's a lot of XP.
it is.
Now, if you're not thinking about it and you're just playing and you're just kind of going through the motions, it's just one thing. It's like, oh, okay, cool. But I was actually, I took a break, so I actually took like a 2 month break of playing, and then I got back on, and I was like, oh shit, I'm still right where I left off. So then I tried going for it again, and I was doing a lot of firefight. I was doing, B2B, and I wasn't doing ranks though, but
Yeah. But I'd say he's almost out
like
of gold on Infinite.
yeah. Honestly, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I just wanted to hit hero because it was the first it's the first Halo game I've ever hit max rank in, and
Okay.
just the idea of as a kid when I was playing Halo Reach, like damn, I want to get to Inheritor. Yeah, servers are also shut down. So,
Right.
but yeah, it wasn't too bad. Honestly, it's a lot easier than like reaching Inheritor or but it was definitely dragging. I don't
Yeah.
know. Once I just kind of stopped, once I like stopped caring about it so much, all of a sudden the progress got faster.
Yeah. Because you're just playing the game at that point.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. Because I'm almost out of grade 3 of captain. I only got like 4 or 5 of them left, I think. So I'm getting towards the end. I want it so bad for the same point you did that you wanted to get max rank in a Halo game, and that's what I want to do. My goal is to get it done before campaign evolve comes out. To be honest, I should be able to.
I'm not gonna
Ooh,
lie, just
okay.
the thought, like one of the things that I feel like now, just for me personally and for anyone else watching, I feel like, also voice your, opinions in the comments or in the chat too. But I feel like when I think of like, a 10-year plan for Halo, like what they promised us with Infinite. Not gonna lie, just the idea back in 2018 or whatever 2019, whenever they mentioned that, right? For me, it was like, damn, that seems so overwhelming. Like, what am I gonna do in the next 10 years? Like, what am I gonna do from now? And now I'm just like, okay, well, Halo's the only game I have time for anyway, so yeah, but fuck it. Live service games, unfortunately, sometimes overwhelm. Like with the amount of content that they bring, they're very overwhelming. Um, Infinite, on the other hand, I don't know, just Halo in general, dude. Halo just to me is I always have Jesus, I always have time for like a quick Halo game, but never like there was no way I would make time for Destiny. Like if a Destiny game came out and like Destiny 3 came out, you know, I wouldn't have time for that. I'd have hours and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I like about Halo is it's quick, it's convenient.
Yeah,
You could grind it out if you want to, and if not, it's right there if you want it. You know.
I agree. Like honestly, like I have a big family before. Uh, if
for sure.
any of my
Already make.
brothers is just like, "Yo, you want to play some Halo?" I'm just like, "Yo, I'm dropping everything I have going on right now as long as it's not that important, and I will play some Halo with them that moment." Um, any other game, I'd be like, not so sure. But Halo, yeah, dropping that stuff. Inheritor is 20 billion million.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Who's taking a bath
Too
right now?
much.
Please
Well, yeah,
mute
because
yourself.
Splish
the
splash,
topic
taking a bath. Why on the
Sounds like
topic that had brought up that the ranking system was that kid saying he was top 10 in the world in Halo.
Wait, who?
There was is someone taking a piss? Jinzo Lord says. I think Meatbag might have been leaking his meat bag. You know what I'm saying? But there was a
Brother,
guy that I was playing.
My meat bag is leaking.
we're covering that up? Yeah.
God dang it, bro.
God dang it. Splish splash, I'm taking a bath.
Mind you, we're trying to do a podcast. At least he washes his hands. At least I would hope.
Some
Anyway.
squeaky pipes. All right, yeah. Crispy, you should start with some of your questions.
Okay. Let me look.
I like the first one.
First.
All right, I'll just say it. Is Halo's story stronger when it stays grounded in war, or when it leads into the cosmic mystery?
Cosmic mystery. And
So,
war.
both.
Think
He's
both,
like
actually.
he's like both. I think both. Yeah.
So my answer to this one was I kind of lead more towards the ground war stuff at like a 60-40% kind of thing. Where like 60% on the grounded war stuff and then 40%, maybe more like 70-30 to be honest. Because I love the cosmic stuff. That's what makes it like really cool and interesting. But the grounded war is all about the gameplay, and that's what makes it like good in my opinion. It's kind of what like got me like kind of stuck in the meat bags thing is so loud.
Yeah. Let me know. Let me know if it turns down, because just for quality's sake, until that gets unloud. I just muted him for a time being. When he starts talking like normal again, let me know.
All right, I'm just gonna turn him all the way down for a sec, so it's not distracting me. Yeah, but the ground war stuff kind of like I think that's what made it like really good for me, to be honest. But the cosmic stuff is what made it really, really interesting. And you know, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I
I
think
guess
I agree. I think the cosmic stuff. I mean, like, so cosmic. Do we mean like the forerunners, the
In
like
space,
precursors?
you know.
So like, okay,
Yeah,
so
the
like cosmic as in
sci-fi.
like, okay. No, yeah. I think it's definitely the like what's out there, the whys of the Halo universe. Like I think that stuff's interesting, and like and then like how broad the Halo universe actually is. Um, to that point. Yeah, I think it adds a lot. I also think like to the war point, like how the Covenant War we perceive that to be. You know, I think seeing like other big wars in the Halo universe would be kind of cool, like the Forerunner Flood War, man, human and Foreigner War back in the day. There's stuff you can do. Maybe like early Covenant War. I think that stuff's cool, but then you can add the cosmic layer over it. I think both are very important to Halo though.
Yeah,
The the
100%.
the second one is a spicy one.
Yeah. Do I read out for everybody? Did
Is
the
anyone-
franchise lose something when the human/Covenant War ended?
What do you? That's kind of a broad question. What do you mean?
It's a very broad question. Yeah, did the franchise lose something when the human slash Covenant war ended? Like after Halo 3, that did it lose something
Appreciate the
in
heart,
the
me casual.
franchise?
Um. hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm just trying to think right now.
Okay, he left the party. Okay, so now it's not as distracting. Oh, he's
His
back.
audio is getting distorted.
Why was it doing? It's still in a laundry room.
I don't hear him now.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Your
think.
opinion. Go.
I think honestly, I'm gonna answer your last question because you said the you know, you said with the war and like the mystery, like that's actually one
Mhm.
thing that I was kind of just like brainstorming about. I was like I was like thinking over it over coffee at work, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, huh. Okay, like what was Halo's charm like for all of us? Like what was the charm,
Persuasion's
right? So for me, my charm was just the mystery, and like yes, it was like it was like the war and like you're fighting the Covenant and all that other stuff, right? But I just think that what really added the charm for me personally, it was the mystery, and that's what I get a lot with Halo CE, especially with Halo CE. Halo 2,
Yeah.
I feel like Halo 2 is a little more grounded when it comes to its story and its characters, and I love that. It's a great sequel.
It picked up perfectly when it came through the lore of
Exactly.
CE, right?
It made it, I do feel like, however, certain like that mystery that I was getting from CE,
Was lost a
I
little
don't,
bit.
I wouldn't say lost, but I didn't feel it as much as I did in Halo 2. You know what I'm
That
Which would
might
saying?
be
be
why
like
me pick. It's all good, bro.
it was more grounded at that point.
Yeah. And so I think what adds charm to, just the Halo in general, and just to answer your question, I think that, and this is a controversial hot take because, I think that me personally, I think that the Forerunners should have been left alone. Like, yes, they are their own species, and then we became the inheritors, and now we have the mantle of responsibility, all this other stuff, right?
Mhm.
I just the idea that in the early games when they would talk about the Forerunners and just the only signs of the Forerunners being around were the guilty spark, the what do you
Structures.
call it? No, I wouldn't even say the stalkers. The sentinels. Like the sentinels and the monitors. But I really like when like I would love to see offensive bias, Mendicant and offensive bias in the games. Just knowing what their significance is in the lore, and just knowing because I remember that there was in Halo 3 there was a cut content. They were gonna add a guardian, that we were gonna fight a guardian in like a foresty area similar to what Guardian in Halo 3. Like that, it was a similar biome, you know.
Mm.
Um, I just, within with just with the amount of lore that we know already, and just where Halo is at right now. We're on Zeta Halo, and with the legendary ending, with Atriox being somewhere in the past right now. Then you hear that dialogue with some
Yeah.
Forerunner saying, deployed offensive bias. So that gives me a good sign that okay, we're getting offensive bias.
Yeah.
How they do it, I think that'll be, that's gonna add more mystery. I feel like that's just what I'm saying, dude. It's just the war aspect is great because we get to see the human, the covenant, or the human and the banished side of things, and like that's great and all, but just that mystery, dude. That's the charm right there.
There's also an on
Because it keeps you
off
wondering.
cuff question where at the end of Infinite, um Chief basically time travels for a hot second, right? Is
Yeah, in
that
the
correct?
future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can always implement that now if they really wanted to. So like you can go nuts with everything technically in Halo leading on forward. right? So like,
Yeah.
what if Chief was in Reach, like running back and like, you know, avoiding himself, or like him being. You can make a whole different game where like Chief is going through time to like fix little points in time to do stuff, which would be an interesting game. This is just something I thought of right now.
Hmm.
The problem is when you throw
It'd
in
be
time travel, it makes things complicated.
Yeah.
yeah, you just do a what if in front of it, and then just uh, never
Yeah.
happen. But like, here's a game. That'd be kind of cool.
It's an idea. It's an idea. I do think it'd have to be a what if because I feel like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would be a
Time
cool
wimey
idea.
travel. Never. You gotta be very specific with that stuff. It's always
Mayonnaise.
interesting. I love my what if scenarios. To be honest.
What if Cortana chose somebody else?
Yeah.
Yo, that's
Noble Six
diabolical word.
chose Noble Six, and then he gets on the ship, and he leaves with that, and they somehow sneak away, and then
Chat is
he's
wild and
co-oping with. Yeah, Noble Six sneaks away, and he co-ops with Master Chief, and they switch off with Cortana in their heads. Right? Oh, yeah, I can see him thinking.
that would be cool. Like going off your time travel thing.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like the what if scenarios, because
Something they could do.
I like to think. All right, do we move on to the next question?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so what era of Halo lore is most compelling? The Forerunner, Covenant War, Post-War, or the Banished?
Hmm.
I feel like there's a lot more you can. I mean, I would say the Covenant era. Now, I'm not saying that to be nostalgic or whatever, but there's, I mean, that war, that how long was that conflict?
27 years, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's a lot that can
honestly,
happen within those
with this
27
question,
years.
I'm 100% Covenant War, because like Post-War it could be interesting to see like a new game, therefore, but yeah, the Covenant War is just so badass. The one.
Would you guys like? Okay, here's. Would you guys like if there was a Halo game that was just from the Covenant's perspective? Like
Oh,
the
I would
entire
love
game.
that.
That would be cool.
Yeah, play as a jackal, play as a grunt, play as a
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to play as a jackal or a grunt. Oh man, make
Oh no, that's the legendary
oh diabolical. Can you imagine being a jackal sniper in Halo 2 and you're just like, oh wait,
run. And then you just suck at it. Like
yeah.
the chief just walks by. Game lost.
Um,
Yeah, there's a whole list of questions that we're gonna go through.
The Covenant seemed like nothing compared to the Banished. Jinzo says. I think the Banished looked tougher, more scary.
Hmm, I can see that. All right, so everyone's all right. Next question. Here we go.
Let me
Is Halo? Wait,
I was wanted to talk about Jinzo's point more. I think Atrax makes the Banished really terrifying. Um, I don't think they're
oh,
as
that's
big as the
true.
Covenant though. But I do think they're formidable. But yeah, go ahead, Mike. My bad.
I'm just going down the list of questions as we go through. There's only three of us to respond, so
Right.
then also chat. I can't have Twitch and or the purple app and everything up at the same time.
Are you good, Mike?
Yeah, because all right, yeah. So number 4, uh, is Halo lore too complex now for casual fans? That's actually a really good question, I think. Cause yeah, kinda. Cause like there's books behind it. You gotta play all the games. It's a lot of games. It's a lot of hours. I guess if you complete them, then no. But also the books in between, which kind of puts I guess how many hours would that take to, kind of complete all the games and understand the lore?
I mean,
Better question.
if you play through it on
Maybe.
easy mode, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Maybe not. You can go through and just experience the story, not really worry about it.
Honestly, your thoughts?
What was the question one more time? I'm reading up on this article that just came out right now.
Gotcha. Is Halo lore too complex now for casual fans?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yes. I
How
think
would how would you fix it? Or I guess I don't know. Your thoughts.
I think oof. Because you had the original trilogy, or you have the original books that catered, or that, they had their own little story or whatever. And then you also had Bungie's mentality of, oh, okay, well, the book or the game trumps, the books in terms of contradictions and stuff like that. Um, and then Halo 4 or just 343's approach was, hey, let's use the extended media and, you know, what was very odd for me is that in Halo 4, just them bringing up the Spartan 4 or them bringing up the Spartan 2 program, like what? Like what? Like it was just so like yeah, sure, it was a different aspect that they brought to the table, but I'm just like I just didn't agree with that intro. Um, I mean, you
Well,
guys
I
know
see.
my stance. You
See.
guys know my stance
Yeah.
on just like what I think the direction should have gone after they departed from, or after Bungie departed. Like I feel like my approach simply would have been with the lore aspect of things. Is I'm a big fan of graphic novels. Now I don't know if you guys have seen the graphic novels Hell Jumpers. Have you guys seen that? It was like even at Marvel even did like what do you call it? Like they even like helped with like production and stuff like that.
Post that in Discord later.
Yeah, I'll definitely do it because I think they came
Yeah,
out with like 1 or 2 issues, and the art is like really fucking cool, by the way.
I'm
Um,
excited for that.
but essentially, oh, dude, it's tough because there's so many avenues you can go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just
like
think,
the what if,
dude,
like that's my favorite part about like everything. Because because I'm going down on the questions that Crispy um came up with. Um, and they're really good questions. And my the questions I came up with were so much sillier. Um,
I definitely think though, you have your series of books that talk about the Forerunners. You have your series of books that talk about the Human Covenant War in the events that take place. Like I wouldn't mind like reading a book like Edge of Dawn, where it kind of takes place in between
between games.
the games, you know.
Yeah.
But as long as it doesn't like,
But is it too complex for casual fans? I guess the main answer is yes.
I would say yes because there's layers to this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have your surface player that just plays the games and they just know based off what they play, and then you have a seasoned player where they read the books and a little bit of extended media, and then they also play the game, so their information is a little more knowledgeable, or they're a little
Yeah.
more aware. And then you have your veteran players, where you're, your actually kind of players, where it's like, They play the games. They go through the
Like when you and Crispy
terminals.
play against me and I just lose automatically.
I
See,
wouldn't say
Oh,
I'm actually player, but I would say like
I'm
just in
just being
terms
silly.
of just like terminals. Like terminals
But
are a great addition because it adds, like you have your terminals, you got your books, you got all this other stuff, and um, I do hope, by the way, I
I
really,
agree, James,
really
completely.
do hope that terminals come back for the CE remake.
oh yeah, absolutely. That would be a fantastic addition to everything.
Like
Cause
even if
That'd
it's
be dope.
even if they're the same terminals,
simple things. Yeah.
simple things about installation 04 in
Yeah.
particular. I want to know
But
more about installation 04 than what we already know.
yeah,
What
give
the
give them
meddlers
a
were, the
nice like
meddlers.
diagnostic of just like that.
Like how the flood got there, what,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
just
Why
stuff
were
like
they
that,
there?
you know?
Because
the
like
the the
randomly, like cause he
hold
was
on,
like
hold
shot in the
on now.
Halo ring.
The
Nothing's
flood's
going
always
wrong. We're all
the
just fighting to get to the thing, and then bam, now the flood are there, and now it's a horror story.
uh,
Exactly.
I raised
Right?
my
Like
hand. I
Give
raised
us
my
why
give
hand.
us
and
little
why
more.
was the flood
Why?
in that
Give
specific
us the why.
location too?
I raised my hand.
Oh
I
yeah.
raised my hand
Oh, that'd be
patiently.
cool.
I raised my hand patiently.
Oh, I love that.
I am muted. I have been muted this entire time. I raised my hand.
Oh hello.
All Halo rings are flood containment facilities and research facilities. Every single Halo ring. That's why the flood was there.
Wait, is
Likely,
that a fact?
that is a fact.
Oh,
Every that is a
yeah.
fact. That is a
Listen,
fact.
Halo Lorezday fans, that is fact.
It is. Every single installation is a flood containment and research. Also,
Is
that's
that?
why the
Oh,
flood.
that's cool. That's cool.
That's
I
what
just
they.
learned
Like
something
I would
today.
love to see, like here's my thing is I would love to see when because like you know how Guilty Spark talks about in the game, I believe in the library where he talks about how the species responsible for releasing the flood or like they're going into restricted areas that they have no they shouldn't have access to. I would love to see a terminal of like a cutscene of where the Covenant are opening, you know,
Like
like
when they
that
first
stuff, and then it
encountered the
just
flood.
exactly, yeah. I would love to see that. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
And just get because we already got the human aspect or the human's POV of like
What
interacting
happened?
with the flood. I would love to see the Covenants, and yes, you can say, oh, we already have because there's extended media. No, I want to see it in a fucking terminal. I want to
No,
see
that would
that
be cool.
crap in a cutscene, and I want to see like a Jenkins POV, but in an elite, POV, something like that.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, we had like that swampy, area too in
Hmm
343 Guilty Spark, and that we all know that that's a flood contaminant or a flood containment facility.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
still,
but I mean, like that kind of like goes on point with like the spores and everything like that because like how like biology works and everything like that. Like that is where uh like the flood I feel like would work as a parasitic entity,
Lender, welcome through. I mean, yeah. I mean,
right? Like like just biology in general.
I mean, yeah. Like hypothetically, I don't know if they ever really say
Technically.
like like if like an environment is more more prone to flood growth, or I don't think like that's the thing. Naomi,
Yeah,
welcome
but
through.
you figure like in the OG like CE, Combat Evolved for Bonsai's sake. Uh, in the original thing, they had fire to take out the parasites. So you figure like they're a parasite. It's either yeah, if they're taking out with them fire, water is their base. Then there you go. They would be swarming more in a swampy environment or slash biome,
I mean,
right?
yeah.
Because
So
in the desert they'd
yeah,
probably be like not be doing so well.
yes, we are. Yeah.
If that makes sense. Trying to use some science here. I'm not
I don't know.
necessarily where
Honestly,
it's from,
honestly,
but
honestly, no. Like, I agree with you on like a science thing. I just don't know if like they ever like specifically said that in Halo media. They probably have. They could
they
have.
never did. But like,
Right.
I
So I
want
don't.
Wait for what?
because they did in the game. Maybe they could use that or bump off of that. You know, if we did that for science, even though they didn't think about that.
I would like, yeah, I don't know. I like, oh, dude,
It'd be
it's
cool.
just that would be cool, dude. Like, yeah, we got a cutscene of what Jenkins saw, you know, and I just would
Yeah.
love to see, like, like I said, it doesn't. I wouldn't even necessarily have to say a POV, just like a scene
Oh,
of
okay, you're not
where
on yet.
the Covenant is breaking through like these lockdown, areas, and then the Flood is in there, and they're like, oh my God, and then they all by the rings they all die, stuff like that.
Are we ready for the next question?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm gonna listen to
All
it,
right.
and then I'm gonna go get more food and come back and answer after y'all discuss it first. I'll have my phone
All right.
on so I
Cool.
can see the live.
All right. So,
I have my headset.
Sir Onager. Word. All right. So, why is Crispy so freaking beautiful with that new haircut? Had to do that. All right. The serious question. So, what makes Halo's universe feel bigger than most sci-fi franchises?
Extended
And then
media for
Onyx.
sure.
Say again.
Extended media for sure.
Ooh, the extended media. Okay. Yeah, I think I know. I agree with you. Um, let's see.
I think also too, Halo 2 when you're fighting on the streets of New Mombasa, Halo Reach, especially when you're fighting on Reach, you know. Um, just and then also too Halo 3 ODST, you know.
Yeah, getting the different
So
perspectives of
just
being,
getting yeah, just getting
Master
different
Chief
POVs,
versus being an ODST, where like when you're the Chief, you are like pretty much invincible, but when you're an ODST, you have to struggle to survive. You know, I feel like you really learn that, especially in like the firefight, kind of multiplayer stuff.
Yeah. So it's just that's just the way I see it. I just think that. I mean, plus too, you have the Covenant's perspective. Like I think, like I said, Halo 2 did a pretty good job at expanding the universe in
Yes.
itself because you have the Covenant hierarchy, you have the elites, you have the brutes, the grunts, jackals, and then
Mm-hmm.
when you read Contact Harvest, great book by the way. It expands upon the bureaucracy of the hierarchs.
Yeah,
So, and then
and
also too,
that's gonna be the
talk,
next book. I'm gonna like do the audiobook, and we'll get into detail next
definitely,
podcast.
yeah, definitely do that because
Yeah.
Contact Harvest is a really good book. I'm trying to read all the books in order, but I just been slacking, dude. I just been so like tired. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not
Same
doing that.
here. Yeah. There's
But
just
overall, though, I
there's
mean,
so much, but it's okay.
I think, yeah, just you have aspects like that and the books and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah, and plus the fact that when I originally like read the question, which I left, but I read like 20 minutes before we started this whole thing. Um, reason why the Halos universe feels bigger than most sci-fi franchises is that it was there for a very long time.
yeah,
Um, it's 2021 to 2026. So like it had a long time to, kind of like, gestate and like kind of sit there for a while. Uh, so yeah, like bam, I think that's the answer to that one. And then here we go. Mr. Tucker Fan has joined us. Yeah, and then you are all right. I know this boy.
I am back.
Oh, we got a new volunteer in our chat. Someone who has lots of good opinions that I've seen so far. in our chat. All right, so we do a new question then, or does Crispy want to?
You remind me what the question was?
So what makes Halo's universe feel bigger than most sci-fi franchises? Actually, yeah, both you and then photography.
But I'll go.
Give your answers.
It's a good question. Bigger than bigger than other sci-fi franchises.
Bigger than most ones, yeah. Because like I personally would put the Halo like franchise like fan
Mic
theories and
issues,
everything.
give me a sec.
Who said that?
What?
Who was that?
The other, what do you call it, Tucker?
It says something in the thing.
I didn't hear what you said. I think the mic sounds like it's in a microwave when I unmute. Diabolical, dude. And you want to be in a podcast with a microwave microphone? No, I'm playing. I'm messing
My
with you.
microwave was in a microwave.
I-
I unmuted.
Hold on, real fast. I need to step away from the mic real fast. Give me 1 second.
You good? Want me to go off fart? That's what he's doing, bro. Tell me he's not.
He's stepping out of the microwave. He's invisible.
It's diabolical. I would say like the scale of the Halo rings, like how not only like they're physical, but like, and these are galaxy killing things. Like that weight that brings, that threat that's constantly looming. How
Yeah,
dire the flood
the
is.
whole
How dire the flood is. Um, the deaths of the Forerunners. I love the Forerunners as characters, as a race. I love that they were separated from humans. I like that, honestly. I like that. I like that story beat.
Popo.
I sent you an invite. Y'all still Oh yeah, we still yapping, dude. Yappa dappa dude. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
and I have a whole list of questions that I'm gonna ask everybody via the Crispy. The Crispy. Alright.
I also really enjoy, like, I took a crab, went for a 10-mile run, and ate dinner. Bro. You lying.
Alright, alright, I'm here.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
You sound better now.
Yep.
Alright, so answer this new question. Is Master Chief more interesting as a silent symbol or as a developed human character?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah,
Um,
you up first.
It's only been an hour, brother. An
Yes,
hour
for
and a half.
me,
Very good.
yeah, no, I'm good. For me, I think either way could truly be deeply interesting because on one side, actually, I take that back. I think the more humanized focus on him is where he's most interesting because when he's silent and drops one-liners, he's cool.
Some pot
But
roast, dude.
ultimately, he's
Mississippi
just
roast.
a vessel for the player, and that works great in Halo's case. It's one of the best cases I've seen where you are the character you play as is essentially a vehicle for the player. It's one of the few series where that truly works well. But I do think Master Chief as a character is way deeply more interesting when you actually portray him as a character instead
So
of
good.
just a vessel for the player.
Yeah, so like you basically you inherit the character because the way you
Yeah.
play kind of thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's my yeah, I agree 100%. Like that's the way I love like most of those games.
Jealous.
Any game that can like, have a main character like that where it's just like uh I am the character. He's not
Yeah.
saying much. I feel, you know,
And Call
badass.
of Duty does that extremely well too, or at least did used to.
All right.
Personally,
So yeah, so Crispy, yeah, you next.
I like humanized Chief a little bit. Like if I had to pick one, I think badass Chief with that one-liner machine is also cool.
Yeah,
I think
but I like the Humanized Cheat. That's the one redeeming thing about Halo 4.
I think there's a lot about Halo 4 that's redeeming. Personally, I like Halo 4.
I meant main thing. My bad.
Word. No, you're good. I'm like I like it, bro. But I think because me personally, I never when I played the early PUBG games, I never been like I am the Master Chief. No, I'm just like I play as him, but he is not me. But he is a badass. But I never saw it. I see the intent behind like, oh, you're supposed to be the Master Chief. You're supposed to feel like you are him, and I get that. I think that's cool, but I just never felt that way.
That's what I felt when I first played the games. Now as an adult, not so much. I've read many stories. I've seen many video games. Still, I always liked that where like you have that silent protagonist where you can kind of fill that void of just like you're playing it and like the way you play it, like that's how it is. So like I'll play the game all silly and then the Master Chief has two lines and it's all serious and just like it's kind of funny because I did none of the things he said. Or you played it really seriously and he says those two lines and it means a whole different context of things. Where it's just like, yeah, beat this level. Urgh. Like it that's where I kind of like that um, silent, protagonist versus the, developing the character because you can follow the character, which is means you're following a story.
Right.
Hmm.
Oh, is Honestly back to comment on that, or do we want to move on to the next question? Or
Is
does
he here?
anyone in the chat have any Halo questions they want to ask at this time that they want to talk about? Anything burning
Because
for anybody?
otherwise, I'm gonna run down that list.
Oh yeah. You just made the list, brother.
I am Batman.
It's a Batman.
I am Batman.
The man bat.
Because he's the Batman.
Genzo says, "Why is
Yeah.
Crispy so good at
Bat.
Halo?" You know what?
He's
Because
gonna
he
try.
cheats. I've seen
I
it.
don't.
He
I
told
don't
me
cheat.
he cheats the whole. No, he doesn't. He's just really good.
I was getting my. I was off the gummy too much last night. I couldn't see, and I was trying to play Infinite, and I couldn't feel my controller. Like,
Lucky I am right now.
oh, dude,
And I'm about to
it'd be
play
like that.
Halo Infinite Firefight.
See, firefight
It's very.
you won't get clapped, but a few times I got clapped. Just because I was off the gummy.
I forgot to meet my PP.
Dude,
So
what
we
now?
don't do the gummies when we're on the cast. Um.
Oh yeah, no,
All right.
I'm completely thankfully, I'd be too
I've been sipping
crazy.
on my sippy drink, but
His
as
sippies,
well.
his sippy cups. 21K likes,
Go
appreciate
sippy
you
drink.
guys.
All right. So next question.
Oh yeah.
I think honestly he's gone right now. So who is the best written character in Halo history?
Hmm.
This one I had a hard time trying to answer honestly. Because
Best.
I'm
like the
back.
easy one is Chief, right?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Cortana on this one up until Halo 5.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the question?
Best written character
All right.
in all of Halo history.
I'm gonna say now. I'm gonna say Johnson.
Yeah. See, I didn't. The other one I was gonna say. So it'd be Johnson, Chief, and I was gonna say Miranda Keys as the other,
Actually, I'm torn
or the Flood
because it would either be
in general.
Johnson, it would be Johnson, or it would be the Arbiter.
Oh, the
Oh yeah,
Arbiter's
the
a good one.
Arbiter. You're
The
right.
Arbiter is a good
Yes.
one, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Arbiter's a good one too.
Because the Arbiter, I don't think ever has any doubt dips in his writing. It's
He
usually
doesn't
from
have an
Buck.
end yet. That's the
J-
best part. That's the weird
Yeah.
part about the question, because the question is, who is the best written character in Halo history?
Jinzo
Some
says
people
Buck.
have an end. Oh,
Buck
Buck.
is another
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, Buck's a
Yo,
good one.
Buck you too.
No. I
I'm
think
still gonna go with Cortana up until Halo 5. After Halo 5, it's just a dip, but
I gotta be
she's
different.
written she's written extremely well from CE to 4. So
Yeah. I like the way the didact in terms of like the books, but in the games, um, Johnson obviously, Miranda Keys. I liked that from Mike. I think she's good. Halsey, I
Especially
think.
that scene where Johnson and that one Oni operative get a little freaky after the contact harvest war.
No, yeah, they got worked up, chat. I mean, wouldn't you? You ever
What
seen
war?
Sergeant Johnson, dude? Yeah, hopefully, there's no World Wars in that situation. But what was I gonna say? Trying to think of other characters. Like one character I think that's written pretty good is Guilty Spark, Jacus, whatever you want to call him. Like from the games into his story in the books, like he kind of gets a redemption arc, which is kind of cool. Um, I enjoyed his character, but yeah, Cortana's a good easy answer. Johnson's a good
Guilty
easy
Spark is a
answer.
really good
Arbiter.
answer.
Um, yeah, I'm just going off of like also what's in the books. With that, so I know like that's why I kind of gave like a game question. Beans. I'm sorry, Jinso man, but yeah, that's my answer. Where are we at
Okay.
on the questions? Jinzo, is there anything you want us to cover? You want to hear about Jinzo man?
Yeah, Jinzo.
what if he wants us to cover some Taco Bell? I could go for some Taco Bell.
Dude, I want to talk.
Who's gonna buy Taco Bell? Who wants to buy Taco Bell for everyone in party?
I'll get a chicken chalupa.
Give me
I'll
a
take what?
give me a steak quesarito and a Baja Blast, large, please. That'll be simple,
Grilled cheeserito too.
dude.
Take a
You're right.
Baja Blast with a shot of tequila. Please and thank you.
It's diabolical.
Here's some Tonka.
Grand Malo sounds good right now, actually.
All right, so to go to the next question then.
Sure.
All right, so does Arbiter deserve another major starring
Yes.
role in a game?
Yes.
I
Yes.
say yes too. Yeah.
Yeah.
This question was just
It's
an
been-
immediate
it's-
yes.
It's
So
been
I'm
so
gonna
long,
randomly
he
add
needs
to it. Where would you put him in Halo 7 if that were the case? Because we all agree that yes, he should be there.
As a supporting role,
How-
helping the chief with the Swords of Sing Helio support Zeta
Yes.
Halo.
Yes. Yes.
So that's yeah, yes.
I think
yes.
him.
Okay.
I think a good
We're all just big
1v1.
fans of Arbiter.
I'm just gonna say this: Chief,
Who isn't?
Atriox need to have a round 2.
Yes.
Jega and
yes.
fucking Arbiter just need to fucking duke it out.
Yes. dude.
Ooh.
Avengers
Yeah.
in-game level plot here.
Honestly,
pretty
that would
much
be
right.
fire. That would be fire.
That would be fucking fire.
Have
Bro,
Breaking
one
Benjamin
question
back,
my
dude.
brother like helped me add to all these questions we've had is why is the Arbiter the best character in Halo?
I think
Because think about
his
it.
story
Because-
arc.
Think
Because
about
he's
it this
just
way.
as
Yes,
awesome as
story
Chief.
arc number 1. But not only
Mhm.
that. Well, listen. Here's the thing: is when you look at it on a morality level,
Mhm.
the Arbiter was he was high regarded in the Covenant. He was he was a general essentially. He was a shipmaster.
Yeah.
And when he was following the Pillar of Autumn to installation 04, obviously, of course, the mission went from exterminating humans to a religious matter at that point.
Right.
So, to
And
me,
I think another aspect of it is his fate is directly tied to what you did in the previous game.
exactly. And it's like, think about it. When the success that Chief had in CE had consequences for the Arbiter. He had to go back to the hierarchs and tell them what happened. That explains Halo 2's opening. They branded
Right.
him, became an Arbiter. They pretty much sent him, said, "Hey, you can still restore your honor, but we're gonna have to send you on suicide missions."
Yeah.
Mind you, and then the Great Schism happening in the process of all of that, like, and then him finding out the truth on what really the Human Covenant War was actually about,
Right.
and then him getting betrayed by the people that he fought for and slaughtered many people for.
And plus, he
That's a
has
big
almost as many iconic lines as Chief himself does.
exactly. So I think the thing is that you have somebody like that who has done so wrong
I
to
also love that
humanity
Jinzo.
that he had a redemption arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, notice, like, a fine touch that I noticed in Halo 3's story is when Chief and Arbiter are back. They go back to the Rat's Nest, and they're saluting Miranda, Johnson, Chief, but when they look at the Arbiter, they're just like, "Fuck you," essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
He earned. I feel like no matter, like, in that time frame, um, obviously, of course, the humans wanted nothing to do with the Arbiter, especially not even willing to give him the respect. But I feel like at the end, like when Lord Hood was like, "I can't forgive you, but you have my thanks for standing by him to the end." Hard to believe he's dead. So I just think that
Ooh, that'd be
that says a lot.
interesting
Yeah,
as
the
a
main
Halo
reason.
3.5 game, what the Arbiter does after that.
He goes home. But yes, I agree.
Take
Well,
us
but then
home.
he sets up a lot of stuff
I'd
leading up
love to
into
see a
5
side game that
and
shows the
such.
Civil War of St. Helios, and you play
Mm.
as the Arbiter throughout it.
That'd be
J-
cool. Yeah, just an Arbiter game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Arbiter 5.
Jinzo
I would
says,
love
"I
to
want a
see.
scene where someone's about to kill Chief. You see an energy sword appear through the enemy and a Sea Arbiter. That would be cool.
That
That'd
would
be
be
cool.
Yeah,
badass.
that'd
Jinzo.
be cool.
Yes, we're
And
still
people
talking.
It'd be a moment
right
where
now for that.
it, you're not expecting it, and you just be like, "Easy,
It's a
man."
podcast, baby.
It's the Arbiter.
The
Just
Arbiter.
literally.
Yay! That's my boy. Alright, so we move on to the next question.
Sure.
Where was that? Could Halo survive with a new protagonist replacing the Chief?
Yes.
If Chief's
Yeah,
story,
which we
is
kind of
finished.
just like talked about with like
Yeah.
Arbiter. Like he could definitely do that. So
Hell,
we
not
can
only
move on.
him, there's plenty
We
of
could probably
characters
move
that
on
could
to
do
the
it.
next one. I'm assuming.
Well, I think so. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to say other than just yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
So next question.
Yes. He said.
All right. So was Cortana becoming the villain a good direction in theory, but
Terrible.
a poor execution? Question mark.
No.
I think
No.
it
No.
could
No.
have
No.
been.
No.
I
No.
think it could have been done well if it was actually executed well. But I can't even call it poor execution because there was practically no real execution. It's just
No execution at
she
all.
she's just
No.
dead
It
at
This
was
the end of
just
4, and then
execution of
magically pulls a
Cortana.
Palpatine at the
this
beginning of Halo 5.
You know what?
Yeah.
Microsoft took away my blue girlfriend. They took away my big green homeboy. No, I think that was terrible direction. And I'll tell you
Yeah,
why. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down
I
on this.
hate
Listen,
that question. Oh, Onyx, you go first.
I think the fact that we all grew up with Cortana to some extent. We all played CE. We all played Halo 2, 3, Reach. Her turning evil essentially just meant Noble Team's death was for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I just like, and then they, I mean, and then they kill her off just to bring her back to be evil. No, no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be very. This question irritates the fuck.
Wait, so there's like a second part to it, which is should Cortana have stayed dead after 4?
I
Yes.
think,
Yeah,
yes,
right? Yeah.
yes.
But
I
I think that
think,
could have been done so well, showing Chief like try to live with the grief of
yes,
her death.
yes. Yeah, I think that honestly, this is a controversial hot take, but I think either two things. You guys already know my first one. Halo 4 shouldn't have happened.
Mhm.
But if Halo 4 did happen, that should have been the ending of Chief and him passing the torch to another Spartan. Him and Cortana both die. But the next generation is passed on to another Spartan.
Ooh, okay.
That's
I
an
see where you're
interesting
going,
idea.
but I
That's an
don't like it.
interesting idea.
But
Yeah,
I see where you're going.
But I
I'm not.
don't
I'm
like
not a
it.
huge fan of it,
I don't
but
like
it's
it.
an
I don't like
interesting
it.
idea.
I also don't like it because I actually enjoy Halo 4. I guess I'm just a chud, but I really enjoy Halo 4. I really enjoy
I,
Halo
I,
4.
I
I,
respect your guys' choice. Do I agree with it? No, but I respect it.
Yeah.
yeah.
We can all still give a high five to each other at the end of the day. We got our own opinions.
Everyone has an opinion. You the son of a. No, I'm playing. I'm not gonna like. I was gonna say something, but no, that's not a podcast friendly thing. It would have been, but no. I was trying to be a meme, but no, everyone has an opinion, and that's the
Don't
cool
be a
thing about
meme. We
Halo.
could do that later.
Yeah, no, yeah. Halo's beautiful, dude. That's why you have different opinions
Uh,
about it. That's the best part of
So
it.
speaking of Cortana, are smart AIs one of the most interesting parts of Halo lore? And then I'm gonna like kind of
Um,
couple this one in here with this question, which I which AI had the most potential outside Cortana?
Isabel.
yeah.
And then
Isabel,
also,
and of course
I'm gonna
Joyce.
toss like the last question in here. I'm gonna couple of these three together, which would be, could humanity realistically trust AI again after um, the created conflict?
Well, clearly
I
they
think they kind of
trusted
have to.
Roland.
I think they
I
kind of
think,
have to.
I think they
Oh,
do
that's
because
another
I
AI.
think,
Roland. Do you guys remember Roland?
yeah,
Roland, yeah, that was
yeah,
the
Dude,
guy's name. Yeah, dang it.
dude, we need him back, bro.
I'm sure he's
Like
somewhere.
if Lasky comes
Yo,
back, if Lasky like I was saying in the last podcast, we need a cast for Halo 7. We need fucking like I want to like Spartan Locke. I want to like Spartan Palmer or Commander Palmer, and everyone loves Lasky. Lasky's my homeboy. I'm gonna ride or die with him. But like
Yeah.
we need Roland, we need Lasky, we need Locke, Sarah Palmer back. You know, like we need those guys back. We need a lot of people back. Like that's like my one gripe is that we have all these characters that could be very fleshed out and very likable. But then they appear for one game and then they're gone.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I see that.
Let's do the Arbiter.
Yeah, so just the next game should just be the Arbiter, right? And then Chief. Then the
I think it would be cool though if the Swords of St. Helios did get involved the next game mode, or the
yeah.
next game mode, the
honestly, yo,
next
I
game, and then he helps you find Lasky, Palmer,
if that were the
Locke.
next game, that'd be the game that I would like throw down like $130 for.
Facts.
Like along like not GTA 6 cuz that's still 5 years away. Kind of, money that we're gonna be throwing toward that. Like, Chief
Craig needs to come back
Cortina,
too.
the newer Cortana,
Craig.
who-
Craig.
He
and
needs
then
to
an
have a
Arbiter
significant
game.
figure.
Yeah, throw those three together, and just go through some like wonky kind of stuff, and just go. Yeah, I wouldn't mind paying mad money for that game.
Craig is my goat.
We're talking about the same Craig. We're talking about the
Yes, we are.
brute? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
Craig the Brute.
What's the saying? What's the problem, baby? Maybe I'm in love.
Sorry.
Had to get that little stem out.
I had to. Thank you.
It's okay, dude. We were stimming last night. It was hilarious.
Dude, I know. All at the same. Normally happens all at the same time, bro. Chat, is that a normal
Yeah,
Halo thing? Do just Halo fans stem all the time and just stem around each other, dude?
Dude, Halo fans
I
stem.
think it's
Yeah,
just your tism,
yeah, we
brother.
do.
Dude, okay, I got something I want to talk about. I say it every single time I play Halo 3. Where is Miranda going? When she says to war, all zesty, bro. Why does she walk up the stairs to Aura Farm just to come back the opposite direction and keep
Bro, she lost aura
conversation going,
points in
dude?
that.
Dude, I
She
swear she
definitely
did.
lost aura points.
Halo 3 is a meme. You can't tell me it's not. Who's that? Oh no.
They
think
literally
that's
have
another
red
reason
versus
I love it.
blue. They have red versus blue as one of the things. Come on.
She
Dude, I
ripped
want some
ass. That's all.
chocolate right now.
Dude, she. Better be good chocolate.
By the time.
It's good chocolate. Okay.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. I got my cat right here. She's just listening to us bicker.
I feel like it's been good conversations tonight, though. But yeah, Jenzo brings up a good point. She has went up there and broke wind.
Who?
Miranda.
Oh yeah, yeah, bro. She
To war.
like no, Commander. We got wounded.
Covering that up.
The Covenant have found our location. We're losing this war with the only hope standing in the room. What the fuck is the plan?
To
war.
war.
To cover that up. Yeah.
About to scare myself. Ma'am, squad leaders are requesting a rally point. Where should they go?
I think so too, Jenzo.
Kill
To
Lie.
war.
Let's see. Do we go on to the next round of questions?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So, did revealing too much about the Forerunners hurt their mystique? Like, are the precursors like the most terrifying concept in Halo lore?
I think going
I
deep
threw,
into
I threw two in one.
Foreigners. Yeah, I think going deep into the Foreigner lore, I think it did remove that mystique. But the good thing about the lore is when they did that, they also added in the precursors in there, and the mystique that the Foreigners once had transferred over to the precursors because we knew next to nothing about them. We just knew that they existed, and that's how the flood came about. But other than that, we knew next to nothing about them. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
the foreigners
to be
did
honest,
lose their mystique, but the precursors gained from what the foreigners lost.
Yeah. I agree with that. Because I enjoy the Forerunner stuff that we get.
yeah, I
Honestly,
got
like,
mad confused about that when it first came out, and I had to do some reading after that.
admittedly,
Yeah.
I did the reading, and that's why I enjoy it so much. But I like the way the Forerunners
And if there
are.
are people out there that aren't, into the extended universe of Halo, it's more harmful to their view on Halo because the only world they have is what's in the games, and so they didn't get anything new to theorize about in terms of how the foreigners were until the Endless came up in Halo Infinite.
Yeah. I think the Endless are a precursor in Origin myself, but
Yeah, exactly.
I digress. Um, do think the precursors are the most uh,
Um,
terrifying concept in Halo. Is that what was that what the question was, Mike? The second one you answered, like if the precursors are the most
we go
terrifying.
into the next questions. Does anyone have anything to say about those? 'Cause
Good
honestly,
question.
I
I
agree
was
with
muted. I
certain.
was muted. Um, yeah, about
Do you
the
want me to
what
say
was the
the
second
question again?
the precursor one? It was like the most. Or were they the most terrifying
Are the
concept?
precursors the most terrifying concept in Halo lore?
I think so. I think so because of revelations in um, Halo Epitaph. I think can make them look more terrifying. Um, because of like originally we just thought the flood came from the tainted remains of precursors. So like yeah, oh okay, maybe the flood is precursor in origin, but an epitaph when the primordial has that meeting with um Sundered Star Didact, the OG Didact, he like basically says that like yeah, your precursors like make life just to take it because the flood and the precursors are the same coin, different sides of those coins. So yeah, I think the mythic godlike beings being the ones to yes plant life and make all like be so advanced and so intelligent, but then also to be the ones that like test that the test of the mantle is to flood. So to be the ones that take all that life, I think that makes them the most terrifying in Halo lore. TBH.
Ooh. So the next question is, who was right? The didact, the librarian, or the master builder?
Well,
That's
that's a
just the
good
next
question.
question.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Who
We're
wants
using
to
the.
lead with that?
I personally don't have a answer to that because I don't know.
Do you know who Faber was? Do you
Say
know
again?
do you know who Faber the Master Builder was? That they're talking about in that question. Do you know who that is?
I used to.
He's basically a designer of the Halo rings,
Yes.
essentially.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
That guy. Ooh.
Um, the Didac obviously didn't like the Halo rings. Um, Librarian, I don't know, like she basically sided with, like eventually, like sided with the builder, which is because at that point the Didact, like in terms of like his frame of mind, he was not directly given the logic plague at that time, but like he was influenced by the primordial slash great mind. So like he was acting in a way that was going to be his actions would be more advantageous for the flood than it would be anybody else. So like you just basically self sabotage at that point. That's also how I'm pretty sure the flood and like Mendicant bias and everything found the ecumene was like because the great mind was like present in a Didact's mind. I might be misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure that's how they found the ecumene. And like tore it apart with Star Roads, which is crazy. But I don't know if I mean technically yeah the only way to kill the flood is with the Halo rings. But yeah, so maybe the Master Builder's right, but genocide is the right answer. I don't know.
Yeah. So
That's
does
a good
anyone
question.
have any other opinions on that that they can answer on currently? Because yeah, I have to think about that. Because like the next question like is should future Halo stories dive deeper into ancient history or move on? We'll just go on to the next question as well. Is the flood more dangerous physically or philosophically? That's a weird question.
But yeah, like they're like through the like mental aspect. I would say yeah, they're pretty. They can break you down. You know,
Yeah, and then
they they
become
they
part
know
of the
everything
hive
you.
mind.
Yeah, they know everything you know. If they're at that point where they're affecting you like that, they already know everything. They can tear you down like almost more like you can't escape your own mind. Like the one of the things like the to the terminals that we were talking about earlier when they showed keys and like reading the books and knowing what he goes through. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. I would say just as much, if not more terrifying than what happens to the body physically during a flood mutation.
Yeah,
Just like
right. Like, cause like
for
you know,
the
I put so much like thought into that. It's just like if I became a flood, like
they
you
are
also
definitely
become part of a hive mind, but also they're using your body physically. Like, where do you sit like in a mental like realm? 'Cause I've done some funky things with stuff. Um,
Well,
Um,
if
we-
dude, if the Jenkins happens to you, you're kind of cooked because
oh yeah
you're
no
gonna be conscious inside the hive mind. You're not gonna be unconscious and just your memories are a part of the hive mind. You're gonna be conscious in it, so that would probably suck.
yeah. I think
yeah,
both are
right.
horrible predicaments to be in. Like they're both like
Yeah,
I just think like the raping of one's mind, like your most personal like think
yeah,
about that. Think about like your memories, your thought, like your most personal like thing you have.
Everything's
Nobody can see
stolen.
into your mind. Yes. That to me is like
Yeah,
yes, physically it is grotesque and it's
that's terrifying.
yeah.
Uh,
I think
but
both
also,
I
good
think
luck
both
for
are like
anyone who gets that. By the way,
yeah.
good luck having my memories.
Fact.
I might actually kill the grave mind.
love
I
that.
might actually save humanity.
I give my flood my crippling
You're gonna have
depression.
to take one for the team,
And
buddy.
now you have my autism.
Dude, yeah.
And you got dyslexia now at level 10.
Honestly, wait. Bro, that needs
I
to be
might
a what
cripple
if. That needs to be a what if. The flood gets dementia. The flood gets dementia would be crazy.
dude, dude, the
Anybody
fucking
with
grave mine would hate seeing Joe Biden come
What
his
what what
direction.
did, what did he say? You mean the flood is gonna know I crap my pants in sixth
what are
grade?
you talking
Shinzo says.
about?
What are they
What are
selling?
you saying?
What are they selling?
Yo, that's the
Chocolate.
What
funniest.
do you
That's
buy?
the funniest take ever on the grave mine. Like, I'm gonna give you my autism, and like the UNSC like recruits people with people on the spectrum. Just
Dude,
like,
that's
all
funny.
right, we need like 35% dyslexic people, 45% autistic people on the spectrum. We
I don't
need
think,
uh I don't know how you
unfortunately.
would like calibrate that, but it'd just be hilarious just finding people who are just like, who think they're on the spectrum or at least or something like that because I don't want to offend anybody, but
Right.
I know where I
No.
sit personally, but that'd be
I don't
hilarious.
I don't think that's how it works, but it would be funny. It would be funny if that's like
That's definitely not how it works,
no.
but it would be
They
hilarious.
don't hit
Child of my enemy, why have you not brought me cheese balls? I offer
Because
no
I forgot them at
forgiveness.
my grandma's house.
what did the gray man just ask me, bro? What?
I offer no forgiveness for your steps passed to his son.
Brother, what? No.
Mi tacos es mucho fuerte.
What'd you call my mama?
I love your mom. She's the best.
Okay, we're stimming now.
Yep. All right. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So that's what the grave mine would have to deal with.
No, that is a funny take. That would be a funny what if.
That is the funniest thing ever.
What if the gray mind can inherit your
How'd you
mental illness?
defeat the grave mind? You give him all the tisms. He'll forget what
Dude.
he's doing. He'll just leave.
Bro just has like the worst case of ADHD ever invented.
The fun never comes back. They're just hiding the whole time. It's in their room.
He's like, no, I don't want any more of them. Stop. Like, leave. Go. Like, we don't want any more of that.
Right. All right. What's the next
All right.
question?
So the next question was, was the Covenant a stronger faction than the Banished from the story perspective?
Yes.
From a story perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, honestly, I don't know. I'm not 50
No, they
for that.
confirmed it. No, they confirmed that like the Covenant
They
was more
confirmed that?
powerful. Yeah.
I think the Banished had an opportunity to be. Yeah, I think the Covenant.
They
was
definitely
more.
do.
They kind of. I
I
think
think,
the
especially with
second
Aatrox,
question-
if Aatrox comes back,
Yeah,
like full force.
the second question is Aatrox already one of Halo's best villains? Yeah.
I think he has a lot of potential to be. I think that he had a strong showing in
Yeah.
Halo Wars 2 and the DLC for that. I think people want to see him in the mainline game. I think they want that, like that Tartarus, on-screen presence of a powerful brute chieftain. I think Atriox could be that. Like they built him up pretty decently, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm gonna All right, there's three questions that I'll throw in, and I'm gonna change the order. So, why are Halo alien factions so memorable compared to other sci-fi games? Which Covenant species that deserves more spotlight in lore, and could the Covenant ever truly unite? Not sure if that makes sense, but there you go.
To answer the first one, I think the alien species in Halo are more easily memorable than the ones in different sci-fi
Yeah,
mostly because they have their own unique personalities. They're not just like space monster,
yeah,
like most sci-fis typically boil them down to. They're they're complex. I mean, they have their own religious group, and they're very human.
Yeah.
And to your second question, which one was that again?
Which Covenant species deserves more spotlight in lore?
I think the Let Go though. I think we could get like a deeper dive on the Let Go though. I don't think it's needed, but it would be nice. And what was your third question?
Could the Covenant ever truly unite?
No,
Reunite.
no.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's a weird way to put those three questions in order, but I kind of like how that answer turned out. Honestly, your turn.
What species I think should get the more spotlight?
Yeah.
I want to see
Wait,
more
wait.
elites. More. Give me more Healy.
Yeah, I like that one.
I don't really care for. I mean, don't get me wrong. Legolo definitely would be cool. Um. Jackals. I mean, they're essentially just fucking space pirates, grunts. There's
Space
only so
chicken.
much. And then brutes. Obviously, I think honestly, I would either between. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the elites. I love them as much as I love a Spartan. But it would
But
either
they got too
it would either
much,
be it would
right?
either be hold on. It would either be the brutes or the elites. I would love to see the hierarchy and just like the tribal frictions within the brutes, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, like I would love to see like a chieftain like fight or like somebody challenge a chieftain for the throne or just a story being told. Like I would love to see a short animated film. Hell, yeah, a short animated film of Tartarus's life before he was enlisted into the Covenant.
Dude, I'd love to see an animated film like Halo Legends style, where it's just like different stories of how the brutes came to be a nuclear power and then nuked themselves back to the Stone Age.
Yes.
Ooh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah,
did do that. I forgot about
yeah,
that.
yeah. I would love to see how they, such a brutish species, was able to manage that.
True. Jinzo says Hurogox. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Paragox. Oh yeah,
The engineers.
Right. So honestly, yeah, I kind of went out of order, but like, uh, why are Halo alien factions so memorable compared to other sci-fi?
simple. The way their play style or their combat style is very different. You know, elites are more agile and they communicate and like when you look at a brute compared to an elite, like yeah, sure, when elites shields are down, they'll be agile, they'll duck, they'll cover, you know. They're a little more smarter, whereas a brute, if you were to pop its shields, they just fucking charge you, you know. Where
It's basically same answer as Sir Tucker fan.
yeah, that, and then you have your
Well, yeah,
grunts where if you kill the leader of the group, they run sporadic, and it adds charm to each enemy that you fight.
Interaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with jackals. Jackals, they're pirates.
Oh,
They're not meant
the
to.
jackals. Oh yeah, those son of a
They got
guns.
they have those wrist shields, and you know they don't play fair. You know, I do like how in Infinite though, like grunts and jackals now they melee you now. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that a lot. But
I agree.
the hunters too, like even like what I honestly my favorite Halo game where I'm actually having fun, like actually combating every enemy would have to be Halo CE. You know how agile the elites are, the hunters, and they have like that swing, and you can parry them and get behind them and shoot them in the back. You know
Yeah.
the grunts when you kill their team, when you kill the leader, and they're like running
Yep.
dramatically with their hands up in the air. Jackals. Yeah. Leader dead. Run away. That lives in my head rent free. And then the rah, 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 or rolling,
Those
just
old
shit
days.
like that. Yeah, it's just like it makes it great. I love it. And then I just feel like Halo 2 built upon that, but I just feel like that Halo CE, dude, that Halo CE, like just those interactions with with the Covenant and then the Flood as well, like
The gameplay
those
loops
That was
are
the
ways of playing the
mega
foundation.
fun.
Foundation. Yeah,
yeah, like
love
it
it.
just like that's why I love like games like I mean I'm not good at For Honor. I'm gonna be very honest with you, but the concept of pairing an enemy, the way I view pairing is kind of similar to fighting an elite or fighting a what do you call it? Fighting
Well, if
a
you're
hunter.
like
They'll
multiplayer
they'll
in
come at
any
you. They'll
other
swing
game,
at you.
it's they react in different variations, in different ways,
Exactly
and
that. But in
different
Halo 3,
heights and
in Halo
such.
3,
You
when
know?
you're fighting a chieftain, in Halo 3, when you're fighting a brute chieftain with an energy
Yeah,
shield and a gravity hammer, what I like to do, and this is kind of risky because if you don't do it right, obviously you die. But like, let them charge you, and as they're about to swing, you like sidestep. So then they'll swing, they'll miss, and then even if they have overshield, you can just punch them in the back, and then they'll fucking drop, and it makes it
tickle tickle.
rewarding.
Yeah, and done.
Tickle Tickle's crazy.
Tickle tickle
Sorry,
from behind.
I love the cursed
Oh,
Halos.
tickle
So like,
tickle.
tickle tickle tickle. Crispy, do you have anything to add to that? Those three questions, like
I
which
think I
covenant
think
species deserves more spotlight and lore? Yeah, you know it.
I think I would like to see more elite stories. I think like the inner workings of the Saint Healy would be really dope. Um, I would say the reason why the species in the Covenant or whatever are more like iconic than other ones, or just the gameplay loop. Pretty much the same thing everybody said. Each enemy you fight in Halo has a unique quirk about them that you know you can exploit, or you know you have to look out for when fighting them. You know what I mean? Like we all know when
Yeah.
the elite's about to drop his plasma, whatever, and come at us with a sword. We all know that.
Yeah.
We know we need to do the grunts to make them run away. Um, jackal. Yeah, the jackals. The jackals. We all know we have to shoot their hand to make them kind of like drop their shield so we can headshot them.
Shoot their foot or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do also like that Infinite added the fact that you can use the grapple shot to even parry the what do you call it? To parry the jackals too.
Yeah, I like a
Like you
lot of
don't
stuff they
have
did
to
in
use
Infinite.
it, but that's
I
just something that they
also
added that I liked.
Yeah,
The
I also
Spider-Man
added
shot
into the
is what I
fact
call
that
it.
story-wise, they feel very human. Like most sci-fis, when they portray aliens, it's always the ET phone home kind of alien, or it's the horror monster, or it's the horror monster kind of alien. It,
Hold up,
so
I'll be right
in
back.
story-wise, the Covenant and Halo have a very human air to them.
Yeah,
They have actual personalities, goals, religions, societies. They
Mm,
have
yeah.
everything that makes them feel just as human as humans are. So that drags whenever say a character like the Arbiter goes through something super emotional and has character growth, that makes you inherently like that character more than just the cool ET phone home kind of character or the
right.
horror monster kind of character.
Yeah,
You get more attached to them. So I think that's another reason why it makes them so memorable,
I
and the
agree.
fact you get to play as them too.
Oh yeah, I like that take.
Yeah, I like that. Cool.
Jaron Douglas, what up? Where we want to go from here? What question we want to ask next? How many have we gone through? Have we gone through a lot?
We're at question 26.
So we're about like over halfway through them.
Yeah, and then we're probably a couple questions away from getting close to the end of the podcast. But I think
Yeah,
this is going to be the one that's going to actually be able to be produced on YouTube properly, and we can really promote it.
yeah,
Yeah, questions. All about the questions.
right.
Questacular.
What's
All
the
right,
next question you got, brother?
all right. So, what Halo plotline had the most wasted potential?
Most wasted potential. Hmm.
Honestly, I'm gonna say I questioned this one for a hot second. Miranda Keys. I feel like she should have stayed alive, because you killed her, and then Johnson like 2 scenes later. Like I feel like she should have stayed alive. Like you killed two Keys like so quickly. I mean, it's not between like a couple of games, but like killing the Keys. Um,
You feel like Miranda had more to offer as a character.
Yeah, because I feel like she should have been able to, going to war. Like, let her give a chance to, fix that. She probably could have been around longer.
Yeah, I can see that.
And
I can see
and she could have been a nice bridge between 3 and 4, where she could have done stuff, you know?
like
Either her
she
or
would have taken part of. She would have been
I'm
in.
torn between saying Lasky or the Arbiter.
mm,
That's under so. Lasky would be underutilized.
Yeah.
I think they could have used him more. I think he has potential, for sure. I think
well, he's
Lasky's
still
a good one.
around, so that's always good.
So So by the Keys token taken too early, do you think Captain Keys was underutilized? Dude, I know still. I know, baby. I know. We talk. We
I mean,
yapping. I think Keys
he
served
was
his purpose.
Yeah, I think he served his purpose too.
he was introduced and taken out in the same game, but he
Yeah.
also had a daughter, and then she served her purpose, I guess technically in 2 games, but I feel like she probably could have lived. I mean, like her death was really good in 3, so like it's fine. But this is me just doing the what if thing that I like to do.
Yeah.
Uh, but like if her character survived, um, I feel like it would have been a nice little like segue into between 3 and 4, which might have been nice.
Yeah, I
Cause
can
like
see that.
cause she worked with Master Chief. Because yeah, he just died in space. No one saw him ever again. And then
Right.
everyone else was just they praised him, but there was no like, which is smart on Bungie's side of things because they gave 343 an opportunity to do whatever they want with that story. But if she lived, I think it could have been cool. Cause like, because man, I played so much Halo 2. When I got to the end of that campaign, every single time, Miranda Keyes is just like in charge of everything. It's just like, oh, if I ended 3, it
Right.
just kind of did it wrong.
Yeah, I think she could have added more. I do. You see it.
Or just, or like if Keyes had a baby, like baby Keyes.
Baby
Uh,
Keys had a baby, you mean? Because Miranda is.
yeah,
She had a
yeah,
baby.
yeah. So there's
Babyception.
she had a baby, yeah, and then
Babyception, dude.
baby
Yeah,
section,
her.
yeah.
Yeah, her baby's name is Lock and Keys, dude. No, I'm playing. Um,
That would be hilarious.
I'm kidding.
Lock and Keys.
I'm memeing it. I'm memeing it. What was I gonna say? No, I agree. I think there's a lot of characters they could do more. Miranda Keys could have been a lot more. They're gonna do more with some characters like Martin Membuto in that book that's gonna come out in October. That's gonna be cool. Yeah, not like you pretty much. That's a good answer. I feel like it's the most reasonable. Maybe,
Do that one day.
maybe hot take Locke. They could have done more with Locke, and can still do more with Locke. Make him more well-rounded and more understood as a character.
I think
Not
that goes
that-
for Locke, Team Osiris, and the rest of Team Blue Team.
Yeah. Easily. Yeah. I like that. Okay. How we maybe like 2 more questions, I would think. What would you guys both say?
Sounds good.
Pick two heaters. 2 heaters for us to go out on.
2 heater.
As Johnston always said, send me out with a bang.
Send me out with the gang. I mean, what? What'd I say? What did I say? Ooh, what you
What did
say?
you say?
Yes.
Okay, I think I have one.
Go.
I expected more people in here for some of these questions, so I'm gonna go with the first one. Is should Halo ever end the Master Chief's story permanently? The word permanently is the big question because I thought about this for a hot second and I'm very curious to hear your perspectives because the word permanently kind of messed with my head a little bit.
If you guys want to go ahead, I feel like I already know what I'm gonna say.
I think ever do decide to do an ending for Chief, I think they should leave it somewhat ambiguous.
Yeah, I agree with that. To be honest, because I don't know what your take would be on it. But like I think I like my what if theory
Yeah.
of Chief ends up becoming an AI like Cortana, and then maybe even doing like a morphing fucking like that's my second one, a fusion kind of thing where like Cortana and Chief become like a fusion version of fusion AI, like a super AI for the next generation of the new Master Chief, the one who takes the mantle, which would be interesting. And that's just the
I
first
feel
part
like
of me thinking
I
about it.
feel like
But
I feel like the only way to get a satisfying ending for a lot of people, even myself included, is not, you know, killing him off, but more so allowing him to retire. Because I mean, he's been through so much. He's saved humanity so many times. I feel like he deserves to go out with a retirement.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, get at least a little bit of a happy ending to his story because he's been through so much and lost so many
yeah,
people important to him.
Yeah, I think that would be nice too. I could see him being like his story ends with where it begins. He goes into cryo, or something happens, and like his cryo is just lost in space, never to be found. And that's kind of like permanently how he is, dude. He was
Yeah, but
bred
I feel like
bred
that would
bred for.
copy Halo 3 too much.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I also think like if I'm ending Chief's story, I would make an argument you can end Halo in the same story. I
Yeah.
uh I said this, like, I think someone else asked this. Um, I think that the flood comes back full force, and there's nothing they can do but light the rings. I think Chief's the one that lights those rings, and like that's a kind of sad retirement. He had to do it, It's just him and himself. Maybe Joy Use is with him. Like, who knows? She's gonna go rampant too, probably, unless there's some foreigner technology. That way she can just stave that off and just accompany him into the void. Let him age out, like Thanos and Endgame type stuff. My work is done. I've done what I needed to do. Done all I could do, and now I gotta sit with it. I could see him doing that, but that would be a sad ending though too. But it would be befitting because Halo 3 is a lot of callbacks to CE. I think things are repeating themselves in the Halo universe, and I think eventually they're gonna have to light the Halo rings. That's the only way to end Halo. I think.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like that just kind of because a lot of people would see Chief overcoming the mistakes of their forefathers, and seeing him make the same decision would kind of suck from that perspective. I'm
I
not
mean,
saying it
yeah.
would be, I'm not saying it would be bad, but I just
Appreciate
don't
the
think
heart
a lot of
medium too.
people would be satisfied with that.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they could just let Chief go into a happy retirement though. I don't know if that, like. I mean, I would like it. Like, if this character deserve it, yeah. But like, I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like
I would love to see
if
him go into the happy retirement, but I don't think they would either, to be honest.
yeah, I think we all would like to, but I think like he either goes out how I said. I think he goes out either way in like a sacrificial way to whatever he needs to do to better mankind's chances. And if that's like, okay, well, I guess I have to do whatever here to ensure that someone survives or whatever else. I think the
Well,
chief
they
would do it.
tried the sacrifice thing before, which is my big point. Which is why I think they should turn him into an AI.
When did he do the sacrifice thing? When did he
Well, he
sacrifice himself?
sacrificed himself at the end of 3, and then
I
Yeah.
don't
I
think
mean,
it would be a smart. I don't think it would be a smart idea for them to turn into the AI because here's the thing. Realistically, they won't do an ending to Chief's story until either Steve Downs steps down, retires, or passes away. Because I
right.
mean, he's the Master Chief. So I don't feel like they would do an end to his story till he passes away or retires. And at that point, if they try to do like a separate rendition of him, it wouldn't. It's like like an AI version, it wouldn't feel right because I mean, we've seen before if an AI is a scan of a previous human, they sound the exact same as that human with Cortana and Palsy. They have different speech patterns, but essentially their voice is the same.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't think it would really fit well considering that's the context of it. But
I mean, they'd
if
have
they
to
if they
clean it
do
up,
if they
but
do an Enza
I,
Chief
I
story,
think
I
that
feel like they would only do the retirement route or the sacrificial, or not even the sacrificial, just go out the Noble Six way.
I'm gonna clean up my story and then figuring out how the AI would actually work because
Yeah.
I
Bring
just
that for
can't
next time.
think of yeah for next time. But I have a good idea of like how it could actually work appropriately without messing up all the other lore. Because like, man, Halo fans are so intense
Passionate.
about things. Very passionate. Exactly. Yeah, passionate is the right word, friend.
Well, I wasn't even just talking about the lore implication. I was just talking about like voice actor implication too. Lore
Yeah, but
wise,
you can always
it'll still
pass that off
technically
and like
lore
be like,
wise it'll still technically be Chief, but nobody a lot of people don't recognize him as Chief because he doesn't sound like Chief and probably won't act like him either. Even AI, he can't be a vessel for the player anymore, which means he's not going to be his usual, mostly stoic, sometimes humanized self. He's going to be more. They 343 will screw it up, or Halo
the
Studios now.
I
So I don't
dare
see that as a
people other
realistically
than
good approach.
musicians to try and um, distinguish the original actors from someone who is like, man, I hate to add AI into it as well. Uh,
You know,
Between the original actor stuff and someone who is a voice, actor emulating someone else, our Master Chief, the one we know the best, and then one of those guys with um, effects on stuff. You probably wouldn't be able to tell the
and plus
difference
And plus, on
unless
top
you're.
of that, I feel like it would be disrespectful to Steve because he
Oh,
is Master Chief.
never. No, no, it wouldn't.
There's no replacing
Wouldn't be
him.
disrespectful unless the guy who was doing it was trying to be disrespectful to it, and like
No, I
making a
mean
new
like
thing.
in a sense, if Steve goes, Chief should go with him. He is Chief. It's his character.
I agree
Like
to
I
disagree.
feel like the same. I feel like the same way with Cortana. Whenever Jen passes away,
Yeah.
I think Cortana slash Joyu slash Shalsey should, you know, also have their character arcs ended in some kind of fashion.
Yeah.
When you've been voicing a character for so long and have become your voice has become so synonymous with said character, I feel like if you as an actor were to pass away, I think the only respectful way to do it is just to
No,
end
you
that
like that.
character's story as we know it. And if you were to want to bring that character back, have it be like a different version or a rebooted version in a rebooted series. If
This
they
is the
were,
part
if
where I have to. I'm very confused, and I don't know where I really actually fully stand. To be honest,
If you want,
because if you look at like
we can revisit it. We can revisit next
if
yeah,
you look at like for an example, like Leonard Skinner, uh, that entire band basically died in like a helicopter crash, and there's a whole revisit of the band that replaced them and sounds exactly like them, and everyone, you know, loved them for years afterwards, right? One weird example, but yes, true.
Hmm.
Same thing kind of thing could happen with someone who like really loved the game and can like nail that voice acting and like the integrity and everything of the voice and such, and the game and the character. It really depends on how crazy of a Halo fan you are. Uh, but that's just me. I'm a little bit of a weirdo.
I look at
I
it the
stay on
same
the
way.
fence and stuff. So, but like, yeah,
I
go.
look at it the same way as I look at Kevin Conroy's Batman when Kevin Conroy passed away. Is
Oh,
once he's passed, he's become so synonymous with that version of the character
Yeah.
that they stopped doing new stuff that didn't include his voice
I mean,
if
Mark
they
Hamill
if
refused
they
to
based
do
it
the
off of
Joker
Yeah, exactly.
because Conroy was gone. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I look
see,
at it that
as a
kind of way.
fan of that, if someone can do the Conroy voice as good as that, as a fan, if
But
he's that close,
I don't.
I would
But
watch as a fan. I don't
I would watch
give a
for sure.
funk.
But I don't think they should continue any stories that Kevin Conroy was Batman. If they wanted to do like a Kevin Conroy
Nah.
Batman
I,
reboot, I'd be fine with that. Same thing with Master
if
Chief.
if
I'd be
if
fine with
the
them
guy
continuing to
can,
do Master Chief's story if they reboot it with a new actor. That way he has a chance. That way that said actor has a chance to put their
if
flair on
they
Master
can
Chief
do it
without
the
being tied
right
to
way,
Steve.
if they can do it the right way and the heart is in there, I as a fan I accept it. If they do it wrong, I'm out. But like, man, there's a very like 5% line or like 10% line of just like, yo, if like they have been a fan of that person for that voicing, they can do it the right way, they can fully commit and get things done the right way. I am there because it's all about like representing the person who passed away, and keeping that character alive, right?
Yeah, I'm fine if they do
But
that if they
that
reboot
is
the
a very
series.
fine, small line that I am fighting for, and I hope for, because like when eventually our favorite actors do pass away, which we're all gonna pass away eventually. Um, if someone can fill that role and keep it going for years past, all about it. Otherwise, we
That's where I disagree.
retire.
Yeah, that's where I
Like
disagree
they
though.
trade up widgets.
I feel like they shouldn't continue the story. If let's say, God
That's
forbid,
fair. That's fair. Honestly,
Steve
that's
dies
100%
tomorrow.
fair, and I get it.
I don't think they should continue the chief that the main chief storyline. If they were to do a new one, I'd be fine with them finding a new actor to impersonate Steve. If they do a reboot or a telling of this past story, kind of like what the Batman Arkham games did with Origins, even though Kevin Conroy was alive at that time, but
Sub
execution would
Alex.
be similar.
That was so sad, by the way, right? Like, oh man,
Yeah, such an
that was
unfortunate.
his last one. No.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that is always gonna be my Batman, and always forever. Like,
yes,
and also, yeah,
yes.
like I'm like on the same
Doing the
level with you, but
podcast,
I'm
baby.
also like optimistic about like building. Like even if someone does pass away, like if there's a way to like pass on the heritage to the next person to like you know build on everything, that's what I'm looking for. But it has to be the right person.
Yeah.
Like all the right mentality and everything, and like fan
It's
approved
going
on
good,
every
going
side
good.
of things, and that's where I'm at. You see what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I love fucking. That's my third one, Halo, and I would love to see it like
Pause.
continue. Try not to curse.
No.
I love
Bro.
Halo, but yeah.
Just the way you paused after you said it. Like just take away the fact that like 3.5 seconds later you said Halo. If you just didn't say Halo, that would have a completely different connotation. And the fact that you paused for so long.
I love that.
Yeah, I've been so good. I've been, yeah. I did really well, right? dang it.
So wait, what was the next question?
All right, so if you lived in Halo's universe, what faction would you join?
UNSC.
UNSC, Sangili, Banished, or Created?
um, I'm gonna go with the UNSC. Actually, no. I don't think I would join any of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
all
I
kind
don't think I would either.
of. I would join the UNSC if it wasn't for Oni and the fact that UNSC gets like
Hit that thing, cuzzo.
slaughtered every game.
Yo, Spartanize me, and then I'm running away.
Yeah. Because I think besides the Flood, Oni are probably the most terrifying group in all of Halo.
Yeah,
And
like
not even the
I
most
actually
terrifying,
question,
probably
like,
the most
should I
evil
just
too.
join the Flood and just join the hive mind and say
No.
funk it?
Don't do that.
But like, but then you'll have my crazy mind in there, and then the Flood is gonna be like a little more ADHD and weird like me.
I mean, maybe. One last is that the last question for you don't want to be the inbred like the prophets? No. No. Was that the last one we're gonna do? Or you gonna do one more and then call the podcast there?
Um, I'm down
Unless
for another.
Crispy has the last question. I pretty much asked all the ones on your thing.
I say, do we want to watch the Halo lore, not the Halo lore, the Halo Campaign Evolved trailer, finish off the podcast, and give our takes on it real quick?
Yeah.
Sure.
Pull it up. Pause the music. Watching the podcast. Watching the trailer, I mean. So let's watch this real quick. Are you guys
What is
able
it?
to see it?
You want to be inbred like the prophet?
We can't see it on the Xbox party thing.
It's on the stream right now.
I'm on Xbox party so I think
According to the data
load
in
up
their networks,
TikTok.
the ring has some kind of deep religious significance.
But I've seen
They
the
call it
trailer.
Halo.
I remember it
They
clearly,
believe
so
that Halo is some kind of weapon.
What sort of
weapon is it?
Ask me
One with
what my take on
unimaginable
something
power.
is. I'll give you my take on it.
Yeah, I'm going to play right now for everybody.
Fire Team Charlie, we're on our way.
Good sound.
Yeah.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The
I like the way the hunters look.
Yeah, me too.
Sure.
Give them hell.
Chief's armor looks sexy, dude.
It does.
Looks so good.
I like the pre-rendered cutscenes.
Oh yeah, the cutscenes look really good. I thought
Yeah.
everything looks good.
And it's on Steam too. Dang it. Is it cheaper on Steam?
I think my main issue with it is the way the guns sound. They don't sound, most of them, they don't sound Halo enough. They sound like they try to make it too realistic instead of stylized for Halo.
I've also have to
Okay,
acknowledge this.
like
This is an early
it
build
sound
though. It could change.
yeah, it could change, but I don't think it will. but it to me the gun sounds sound like something you'd expect out of Call of Duty, not Halo. You know?
Yeah, that because like the Halo audio kind of stuff, what they did was they doubled up on two different sounds. Like for like I think it was the Mongoose where like they put a microphone on the back of a I forget what kind of car it was. It was like a car, and they put a muffler on the a microphone on the back of like a truck, and they took a bunch of different like sound samples, and then mapped them all together to make the sound that you hear for all of those different things. That's my favorite part about like the music
Man, I need to look. I need to
side of
look up
stuff.
a video of how they made the sound, like all of the different sounds for different things in Halo in the Bungie era.
Oh, they went freaking crazy on that stuff.
I know,
Like
like
and
I know a
on the
couple of
sound
things. I know a
engineering
couple of
stuff.
things, but I just
Oh
want like
man,
a deep
it's
dive
so
on
good.
it. I just want like a deep dive on it. I
Dude,
need to
I
see if
actually
one of the YouTubers has
for
one.
the album I put out, like I definitely took some of those um like influential stuff that they were doing and put that into the album that Crispy always, plays on the
Yeah.
stream.
So
He's still streaming.
we're about to be done. Actually, about to end right now.
Wow. Hi chat. Bye chat.
This
Like,
big.
god damn it.
Stuff
It took
sucker.
it took
Yeah,
it took
so
it took it took you took you
why
2
is the
hours.
Arbiter the best character in Halo? That's your
Well,
question.
honestly, I could have joined in earlier. I'm just tired.
He just
And
hates us,
then,
chat. He just hates us. That's all it is.
yeah. Ha. I was
He's
here
cheating.
last time. No, I was
He
gonna
just don't
pop
like
in
us.
for a bit, but I had a feeling it'd be over here soon.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
glad you're
ending
back.
here soon. Um. Yeah, chat. Oh my god. I think it's been a pretty good podcast. We're gonna get more people on it next week. That's what we're gonna do. There's only what 3 of us at a time, really. But I think it's pretty good. Heck yeah, chat. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Your boy will be back on tomorrow with some Halos. See y'all in the next one. See y'all next week. Peace.